My character's name will be...
Like the possessed
I'm an Italian.
Italiano?
Yes. Italiana.
Philip Emanolio.
Close. There we go. Save. I better put my real name in case you guys get confused.
Yeah. How you spell that?
Mike Green. You give me a headache.
I was voting migraine. Awesome. Better your grain. It's better your grain than my grain. So.
Hey, I'll share my grain with you, bro. Don't worry.
That's right.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so glad you're here, Philip. You guys made it. Do you guys introduce your characters?
Sure. I'll introduce.
Are we the first time, or is this a group?
You guys already know each other. So you guys have all have somehow either has somehow some connection to the internet, to the supernatural, and you guys have all kind of outcasts, sort of a little bit, and you guys have sort of just gravitated toward each other, looking into things that are supernatural, and so that's what's going on. That's what it is. So you guys have kind of formed a club or a group of like-minded individuals who are, help the little guy in investigating the supernatural. I think it's kind of like, I think Sip was the one that said Carl Koshak.
All right.
Carl Koshak is the one that, but instead of a reporter for looking for a story, you guys actually, either by people, know that you guys are into weird stuff. They ask you to look into things, or even the police, right? The police kind of like, there's certain people. There's certain people in the force who will, ask you to look into certain cases as consultants.
Yeah, because we got an ex-cop and then ex-religious order, and I think so was Stefan.
Yeah. Well, I introduced myself as Stephen Clark, aka the Beast Dunstan. I'm a lifelong member of the Whitechapel Howlers. Fortunately, I'm the last of my creed. And I'm into weird stuff.
The weirder the better.
Yeah. Of the 47 members that remain of the Whitechapel Howlers, I'm the last one. And I've taken the calls with the South Yorkshire Regulars to amend the butchery.
Now we know he's a werewolf, right?
Yeah, I guess you may. It depends. It's up to Jim.
Well, I mean, we're a group. I'm assuming we know.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
Oh,
we'll fight or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys were able to do some deep diving literature and find out that I was a werewolf through investigative means.
I mean, you could. I mean, they might see you turn into a wolf if you guys have been together for a while.
Well, I don't know how long we've been together. We just met. You said.
No, I just said you guys know each other through that process of.
All right.
So we know each other by association, but we just decided to form a group now.
Yeah, you guys have seen me get in a tight corner, and yeah, for sure, I'm a werewolf in ugly situation.
All right. How does my mic sound? Sound okay?
It's a little loud.
A little loud?
Yeah.
Let's see. control and I turn the mic down, then I can't hear. Sometimes I have a hard time hearing you guys. How's that?
Oh,
Yeah,
as you can tell, but also by the picture, he's famous for wearing
You're a
big
brute.
grand black hat, and he's big. He's 6'6" and rather imposing.
Okay. You're a brute. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm a direct contrast to you. I'm 5'5", a little portly. My name is Timlik Von Drill. My classification is a knight, which is basically just like or like a mercenary or whatever group belonged to, which you did belong to. He was like belonged to a religious order, and I don't know if you wanted the one to use in the book or just make one up. But either way,
I obviously you've seen the movie Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender. By the way you're dressed.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I'm dressed like pretty much like the Assassin's Creed guy.
You do not stand up.
Except with not so many weapon holding places, or not fully knifed out and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the uniform you.
That's your everyday wear.
That's more my operational wear. You know, like going out just to interact with the public. I dress more casual.
He has a hoodie for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan. It says Wu-Tang Clan on the back. Yeah.
Yep. F Society.
He's a cosplayer.
Yeah. And then basically more of a, like, I wrote in my little mini bio, more of a recon, like, forward observation guy. Just and I don't do much. I really don't try to do much. I have to. So more information gathering and watching and stuff like that. Investigative.
So you're a peeping Tom.
Yes, I am.
That's right.
I like to watch.
Everybody needs one, at least. And what of you, Erwin?
I'm Erwin Lecter, magician in training under Master Zafrod. He's been away for a little bit, but I like to help the little people. There's too many magicians that are, hoi polloi, little too elitist. They don't want to help the little people. So I joined the group to help all, the simple folk.
Oh, you mean little people by the way of midgets?
Well, I don't know about that, but
I love them too. They should have more of us bigger folk back there.
But I figured I could use my skills and my magic to help the
South Yorkshire irregulars.
South Yorkshire irregulars. So yeah, I'm usually pretty good under pressure.
Do we know you're missing your mentor, or
he's on vacation? He'll be back.
Okay.
Extended.
But you told us, right, that you're
No.
mentorless?
No.
Okay.
Well, I do
not know that. Well, you volunteer that information?
No.
Okay, then we don't know. We don't care.
I looked up on Wikipedia and all your information is here.
You look like someone that's missing a mentor. Am I correct?
That's right.
Investigative mind.
I typed it in, and all of a sudden, I see your backstory. Nice.
All right.
All right.
See marshmallows and kind of see campfire songs later.
Yeah, that'll be work.
All right.
Aaron Kaminsky.
So I'm going to be Aaron Kaminsky. I'm a cop, or I was a cop. I'm not a cop anymore because I got freaked out the first time I saw anything supernatural and ran away. One ended up dying. So I spend my life trying to make up for that.
Oh,
Wait, so you don't like supernatural things?
I was gonna say that doesn't bode well, but
You
he's gotten over it.
you picked the wrong book club, lady.
You guys are the people that I'm supposed to be with. So
Yes.
I can make sure to help the people that have problems with this.
Is there a manly man or is he a bit effeminate?
Okay, one more time.
I said, is there a manly man or is he a bit effeminate?
He's a manly man.
Okay.
Oh, like how so? How much do you bench press?
I have no idea.
That's a lot. That's what that usually means. You're gonna
Correct
bench press a lot.
I don't even keep track of it. I just lift it.
She doesn't. He's never maxed out.
Real men don't really worry about stuff like that. They just do it.
Hardcore.
Okay.
And who is this? Are you great? The devil boy with a spear.
Oh. I am.
Oh wait, that's a picture of someone else. Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's whoever I want it to look like. It's role play, right? Grain is the name, and I am appear sinister and menacing. I seem to loom in the darkness as shadows gather about like moths to a flame. My voice takes on a chilly, foreboding note, which tends to make others, even the other things that you don't know about, shiver at the sound, the sizz and the kittens.
Are you a politician?
No, I am what they call. I am not.
Okay. We got a bone up on that. Okay.
I
Are you a movie critic?
a movie critic, even worse.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm an investigator of some sort.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Why?
The black magicians. And I
They're all investigators.
That sounds racist.
Not at all. Have you seen what I'm wearing? It's black on black with black hair, black sunglasses. I got this off-green tinge skin color to myself.
Yeah, he's a little goth.
I look a little like death, but not really.
You need to go to the hospital
With breath.
with your condition.
Oh, the breath, once you get close enough and I start...
No, I do. I am okay. You okay. I trust your breath is pretty potent.
Yes.
Yes, I've chosen the banality out of sheer hunger for power.
How do you pronounce that name? Well, how do you want to pronounce it? I'm asking.
I want to pronounce it?
Do we just take a guess at every time we call you
So we call him white grain.
white grain?
Right. Yeah, that's easy.
You're going with the phonetic spelling version now. Okay. White grain. Why?
So we were all brought here today to this Starbucks for
you have a one of your member who you guys didn't pick is a rich guy who owns a lot of different places. One of them is like a curio / bookshop in South Yorkshire, which is a county in above England, and he owns a pub and a pub eatery place in London, and so both places have like a storeroom where he guys meet and discuss things. He has tables, he has table chairs, like a kind of like a clubhouse sort of thing, I guess you would call it. And
so it's like kind of a loft above whatever storefront.
You could do it that way, or it could just be the back room.
Back room where employees are coming in and out all the time to
Probably not.
Yeah, so
probably wouldn't be a good idea.
all right, so we'll take the loft above.
It's just like an out of the way storeroom, no matter where it is.
Okay, so we don't have a base of operations per se, like somewhere where we go to get weapons.
That would be one place.
search.
Probably the bookstore would be more of the base because there's a lot less traffic. You can go through the back door and there's hardly, there's no employees except for him and maybe somebody that helps him that he hires on the side,
Bookstore.
part time.
Wait, this Barnes and Nobles is closed.
No,
Oh,
it's not a Barnes and Noble. It's more of a small store.
All right.
It's a travel bookshop.
all right.
They sell travel books.
Bookstores.
Would you
are
have anything
base.
by David Grisham? No, but that's a novel. This is a travel bookshop. Hence, we don't
Yep,
have
maps.
David Grisham.
What was the one in Notting Hill? Something like
That's
that.
That's
quoting,
what he's
not even-
quoting.
Yep.
The travel bookshop. Okay, so mysteriously enough, Pilgrim is his name. He gets a call from a fellow person who works at a bookstore in England, and says that he doesn't know exactly what happened, but something has happened to the owner of. I forgot the name of the bookshop. Hold on. I can't believe. Where is it? Hold on. Oh,
Is it
it's called,
Stephen King?
it's called the Haunt Bookshop.
The Haunt?
The Haunt Bookshop, yes. In England. And at the same time, Kaminsky, since you're a former cop, you get a call from a detective saying, something weird happened at this one place. Looks like somebody was killed during a robbery, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of anything taken. So he just got a funny feeling, and sometimes when he gets those funny feelings, he calls you and asks you to help investigate.
And is it this Haunt Bookshop?
Yes. Okay. So all of you go to this Haunt Bookshop, I suppose. You have various modes of transportation. Obviously, you can take a cab, have a car, ride a motorcycle, whatever your favorite.
We all take a double-decker bus.
No, probably
All
not.
right.
Because
All right.
it's pretty late at night, so you'd
All
have
right.
to take your own like 10 o'clock at night.
All
You
right.
get there, and there's a couple cop cars. They have you could tell that inside one of the cop cars is a lady, and you could tell that she's crying. Older lady, probably around late 40s, early 50s. Not older, but
I was about to say.
Yeah, she's actually younger than us.
middle
Yes.
aged. But she looks much older than us, right? So and so the door to the front of the shop is open. You can tell that there's lights. It is a bookstore. It looks really small, and the building is old. It's probably this part of England. Well, a lot of parts of England, but this particular building, set of buildings, is probably built before World War II. So it's an extremely old building. You could tell that the bookshop has been there a while. It's not, you can't really see into the shop because the shop, the windows in the front have the bookshelves facing into the store. So what you see, you see the back of the bookshelves, and there's some old, as you guys walk in, there's some old index cards, faded by the sun and time.
Okay, so the cops are letting us through?
The cops are what?
The cops are letting us in?
Oh yeah. The detective sees you at the door.
Okay,
He
they're
meets
not.
you at the door.
They're not. Okay. Oh, so we're being escorted. All right. I was wondering about entering the crime scene. So I was like,
Right. So you could see. You also see what is the morgue. For people, right?
We're consultants.
Yeah, the consultants, and you've all have dealt with the cops before in the sense of that they know you as consultants, and they just kind of okay, somebody decided this is.
oh, it's these guys.
Yeah, kind of like that. You kind of get that feeling, but they don't say nothing. They're respectful.
We could tell by the disdainful looks.
Yeah, they're not quite disdainful, but oh man, is it one of those weird? Is this one of those weird cases? Kind of the thing. So the guy who greets you is Detective Henricks, And Henrix is this. He's a blonde. He probably has some Germanic blood in him, and he speaks with a slight German accent. Probably came here within the last 10 years, and has made it to detective in the London Police Department. And he says, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah, come this way." He goes, "It looks pretty straightforward, but I just got this weird feeling when and like this bookshop is like really crowded, right? It's like a typical.
It's like one of those where like aisles. It's only one person can go through.
Yeah,
the other person comes around. The other person has to turn around to another aisle.
It's not that crowded. I mean, there's space to move around, but it's just like there's just piles of books everywhere. Like the shelves are overstuffed and on
Is it Chris Brown's house?
Yes, exactly. And there's books. Well, maybe not that bad. So there's books on top, laying on top of the bookshelves. You can see, and so they lead you to the back room.
Okay. There's no obvious security system, cameras like that, or anything.
No,
Okay,
definitely not.
I wouldn't think so.
Is there a front desk with like a laptop or anything like that?
There is no desk in the front.
All right.
No, there is no desk. There is a small counter, like literally just like a little counter, but it's piled with books, and there's a little ancient cash machine.
Oh, okay.
Ring, ring,
Yeah.
You push the buttons real hard, and it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And that's what you see.
Are all the books in the bookshelves stacked like they would normally be, or does anything look like it's been moved around or thrown off the shelves?
Yeah, no, there's none of that. It looks all very
orderly
stuff, but orderly. Yeah.
So no struggle.
No. So they take you to the back room, and the back room is kind of weird because you walk in and it's kind of like a storeroom, and it's like a library. The room is kind of roundish. It's like, I wouldn't call it a hexagon, but maybe like a 20-sided die room kind of thing. So they have straight edges, but there's so many that it looks kind of round, and the roundness goes all the way up, and the ceiling is it looks domed, right? Because it's really like 2 stories high, maybe 2.5 stories high, and you can see a skylight at the very top, and it has one of those like library ladders that goes all the way around the room. On the little wheels, and it goes really high up into the ceiling. And if you look up into the ceiling, you can see that it's painted like with frescoes, kind of like you would see at an old building or a university or a really old library. And you could see that at the very bottom, there's just depictions of like the English countryside, in a very old style. Maybe 17th, 18th century style of the trees and stuff, and as it goes higher, you see like woodland creatures, and then if you keep looking up, as the higher up you go, you could see like unicorns and hippogriffs and dwarves and
it's like the first Monster Manual.
Yeah, but a little bit better, but not drawn by an 11-year-old.
Are there books on the walls?
Yeah, there's books. There's bookshelves.
And what kind of bookstore is this? Just a regular bookstore, or are these because it's called The Haunt, as in HAUNT?
Yes.
So
it looks like a normal bookstore, used bookstore. Then in that room, in the middle of the floor, there's a body, and it's an not older lady. It's a middle-aged lady. And so the detective Hendricks goes, yes, this is we got a call saying that this other lady walked in, a friend of the owner of the bookshop, who they were expected to have dinner, and she walked in, let herself in. The door was unlocked, and found Miss Patricia here laying on the floor, and called the police. Our investigators, our forensics team, noticed that that she probably looks like she fell off the ladder because she has a broken wrist, and it looks like she hit the back of her head on a desk. And the desk it sits kind of like in the it's a desk, like a real beat up old desk. It has all kinds of books on it, and it has a box. It has that, not a box, but it has that thing with the where you put receipts on it, that little big needle. I don't know what you call
Oh, okay, yeah.
it. You just you stab the receipts on there, and it just doesn't have very many receipts, and yeah, that's what you see. You don't see anything else. I mean, that's all you see is the body. She's laying on the floor, and Henrik goes, "Yes, I just before they take away the body, I just want you to make sure that everything is what it seems to be." Our medical examiner says looks by the type of injury she had, she slipped off the ladder that she was up there. And fell and bumped her head on the desk on the way down, and that was the cause of death.
All right, can I use my awareness skill to examine the body?
Open and shut case.
Yeah, it looks pretty open and shut. I mean, obviously the broken wrist, but
there's that.
If you're talking about this, the examiner goes, "Well, that probably happened on the way down, so that's why." He's like, he wants to reinforce the fact that his what is it? His theory on the cause of death, or his assessment.
Well, with being a type of creature that's associated with violent ends and whatnot and stuff. I examine her body. I run my fingers through her hair to see if there's any blood. If there's a big bump on the back of her head. Check her throat.
She hit her desk.
Yeah, when you feel her head, you feel a shallow depression on the back of the skull.
Okay. Well. And I feel.
If you're just looking at the body and stuff, give me an awareness check. So in this game, you just roll 2 6-sided dice, and you add your skill.
My skill.
Yes, whatever skill.
So if I have 2 skill, I get +2.
Right.
All right.
That's super easy. Usually the challenge level is the number that you need to roll. I will increase the challenge level if it's something that's really difficult, but the standard number is 8.
So I got a 10.
Okay, good.
On top of that, I'm also checking her heels, her legs, just in case she was struck. But I'm trying to be as thorough as I can.
Yeah. So you're looking at the way the body fell, and at first glance, the assessment of the medical examiner or whoever, or it might be just another cop, seems to ring true. But then you're looking at the position of the ladder, and you're looking at the position of the body, and you figure out, or you surmise that she couldn't have fallen from that ladder and fall into the position that she's in. Either the ladder was moved after she fell, or something else happened.
Or she could have been dragged.
Yeah. Well, that you don't see any drag marks, so you don't know. No, that's all I got to tell you.
All right. So I turned to everyone. I was like,
"What can we surmise what the probable trajectory was if we?"
It's just that because it's a ladder that goes all the way around this room.
Yeah.
So like the body is here, and the way if she would have fallen back would have been here, but in fact she's the opposite direction. So you know what I mean? If she would have fallen back and hit her back of the head, it's just not in the right spot from where she would fall.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the ladder's not in the right place, and you figure, well, her body's over here and the ladder's over here, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Can we more or less figure out where the ladder probably was?
You would have to swing it all the way around the other side of the room.
All right.
I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, it moves it. It has these little wheels on the bottom, and it just rolls all the way around.
So.
All right. So I turn to everyone else, and I make the announcement that it was obvious that she died of a broken heart from my summations.
And then you get a couple of chuckles from people, And Hendrix just kind of shakes his head. He looks at you, Aaron, and he goes, making jokes in front of a dead body might be a way of other people coping, but this is a real person we're dealing with. I don't appreciate it. And he leaves the room.
Well, she's really dead.
Way to go, Stefan.
I don't know.
You better
Gets my
behave,
gallows
dude.
humor.
You hairy lunk. Okay. I'll climb up the ladder when we positioned it
Okay.
and try to notice anything if there's anything out of place on the ladder.
Okay. You go. The ladder goes pretty high. How high are you going to go all the way up to the top?
Go all the way to the top.
Okay. As you get up to the top, like you start seeing these little these depictions of like at first it's like just normal, like I said, it was just normal wildlife. And as you go higher, the wildlife becomes more and more fantastical. And then at the top you see fairies and, like I said, unicorns and stuff. What is your you don't have any I know on your character sheet, do you have the sight, geomancy, or glamour?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't think that.
So you get to the top of the ladder, or what looks to be the top of the room, right? Because you can from what you can see. But what's weird is the ladder isn't hitting the wall. It isn't because it looks like you hit the top because you can't see anything other than a skylight above you. But you notice that the ladder, how it's connected on a rail.
Yeah.
The top rail isn't connected to anything yet, so it looks like the ladder is taller than what you're perceiving, is what I'm saying. That it goes higher than what you can look at. You know what I mean?
The ladder goes higher than what I can look at.
So you see the ladder. Okay, you see the top of the room, right? And you see like a skylight, what it looks like a skylight. But you know how the ladder has to be connected to there's a base where it's connected on the bottom on this rail, and it has to be connected on the top.
Right.
So it can or else but
right.
But so far it hasn't connected to there's no rail that it's connected to. So the ladder just it looks like it keeps going through the roof, through the skylight.
Oh. Okay, we'll keep going to the skylight.
There, Temlek?
Something that doesn't make
He's like
doesn't make too much sense.
He's like all the way to the top of this ladder that you can see, and he's almost at what looks like a skylight.
Yeah. The top of this ladder doesn't connect to a railing like the bottom part here.
Right. So
let me check out the skylight.
It's kind of really off-putting for you. The idea that you're going to keep climbing because you're going to hit the top of this skylight. So for you to continue, you have to spend 1 point of will because it's like you kind of have to convince yourself that you're not going to hit the top of this.
Well, it's so not to get vertigo, kind of.
Yeah, or
where you get to that weird height where it's like.
No.
Okay.
How does that work when we lose the will? I mean,
will is basic. It's kind of like a.
Or that or endurance. I mean, can we get it back?
Yes, you can get it back if you spend. You get one time. Yeah, one time per session. If you spend a day doing nothing, not investigating, just hanging out, you get 1d6 back.
Just like recovering hit points. All right.
Right.
So 1.
So you steel yourself. You steel your resolve, and you just make yourself climb, and sure enough, you just kind of like this. Anybody who's looking up sees him just disappear above into the skylight. Is like his body
What witchery is this?
He doesn't open a skylight, is what I'm saying. He just kind of just goes right through the skylight, and his feet disappear, and then what you see up there, that the room goes up another half story at least, and it's just full of books. And as soon as you go up, you can tell that these books are really old. They're all at least 100-year-old books.
What section bookstore is it?
This is the storeroom.
Private.
Yeah.
There's more books up here.
So you can hear them,
but they're not classified. They don't have like a classification section for it. They're just piled up.
No. These are neatly, in
on
the
shelves. Okay.
shelves. Yeah, there's a shelf that goes all the way to the top, and they're just older books. They are still categorized. You noticed that one of the bookshelves up where you're at now has a bit of blood on it, wet still. And that area is you look at what books are right there, and there's obviously a couple books because everything's crammed with books.
Okay, so does that mean I can get off the ladder inside this place up here?
Wouldn't. I wouldn't. No.
Okay. No, but I mean, does it look like there is or
No.
no? Okay.
No. So yeah.
All right.
So there's a space where the books should have been, and you could see what it would be, I guess, writers from the late 1800s, and you're in a section of books written by. Well, there's books missing, like a good, I don't know, about 3 inches, 4 or 5 inches of books. Could be 1 or 2 books by the size of the books of that section, and before and they're all books by Arthur Conan Doyle. And many of those books are first printings.
That name sounds familiar.
He wrote Sherlock Holmes, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
Arthur
So,
Conan Doyle?
when was she found?
Who?
The bottom.
When was she found?
Oh, when? She was found about 45 minutes ago
And
by a neighbor.
what time was that? In the morning?
9:15
In the morning?
at night.
At night.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and take a closer look at the sticker. That's the thing that you pierce the paper that she has.
Oh yeah, okay.
And is it very well worn, or is it still new? Like a worn sticker will, if it has a lot of use, it'll be a little rounded and wobbly because of its usage, and a new one will be firm, pointy, shiny.
Oh, no, it's very old. It looks like it's been there since the store opened.
Okay.
I'll also check her hands to see if she's clasping anything.
No, she doesn't have anything in her hands. Good idea though.
No.
Can you check her pockets? See if she has any of those invoices that are probably she hadn't
Stabbed.
had a chance to stab.
Okay. Yeah, you see a book. Actually, it's not a book or an invoice, but you see a card. What is it? It's kind of like a business card, and it says Swan Auction Galleries,
Swan Auction Galleries.
New York, USA.
Aaron, there you go. This was in her pocket. Maybe
Was it? I'm assuming that we have cell phones.
Yeah, it's modern. It's a modern day without.
All right.
Let's say it's 2019.
Must you go to be taking pictures?
Yeah, you can take pictures. You do notice what's weird is that she doesn't have a computer.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
That's not too weird in England, in modern day.
And she doesn't have a cell phone.
Well, I type in Swan Incorporated and all the information on the business card and see
Take a
what comes
picture.
up.
Yeah, you get on your cell phone, you get a web page, and it says dealing in eclectic collectibles and antiquities. Swan Associates deal with high-end, rare items for the discerning collector. Discerning collector.
Discerning collector. So they work for rich people. They're looking for
definitely what they're talking about. Their big sales.
Oh, yeah.
1.2 million for this someone's son's brooch and this and that. So so it's not a cheap place.
Does she have a calendar on her desk? Like a calendar for like if appointments are coming in to see things? Because obviously I can look up and see that I don't see.
Well, since
Timlick. And he says there's books up there. So.
Oh yeah, you can hear him. And so what's weird is that as soon as he goes up there, there's a couple cops, who were like the medical examiner was still there, and he obviously saw
Timlick.
He sees Timlick go up, but when he looks up, he doesn't see him. He's like he doesn't register, and he just walks out the door. Like doesn't even like it doesn't occur to him that he just
Nope.
some dude just disappeared up the ladder.
I'll climb the ladder.
Even though a little while ago you heard him yell down.
I'm gonna climb the ladder.
Okay.
There's not enough room up here for that. But
do you have do you
Do I have glamour? Yes.
Okay, so if you're looking up and looking at
I'm looking around.
at the mosaic up there, you get a little bit nauseous.
Oh.
But you're still able to climb the ladder. So you climb the ladder. You know that he went through it, so you don't have to spend a will. But as soon as you go past this,
Well, I'm whispering.
yeah. So
As I get to where I saw him.
Yeah, I'm up here.
Yeah, Timlick is about 5 feet above what is now the skylight. So you could like half your body can go and you can see him after as soon as your head breaks the skylight or the illusionary skylight or whatever you want to call it, you can see him up there, and you can see these other books that are up in this area.
I quickly climb up so that the normals don't see me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I do a quick check to make sure they're not looking.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, there's nobody left in the room.
Can you see through the? Can we see down?
Yes, you can see down.
Okay, so like it was nothing there,
Yeah.
but you can't see up.
You can't see up.
So this is like board magic almost.
Something like that.
Or illusion.
wouldn't
Glamour
know.
magic.
Glamour. Probably it is glamour, not ward.
Yeah,
Ward
it's
is
a book.
like protection type things.
Yeah, there's a book of blood on it here.
What?
It's a shelf. It's on a shelf right on top of the ladder.
I see.
Walking over towards the ladder, I'll start to get closer to the top, and I have sight, so I can see present of magical, and shapeshift creatures and illusions. I can't see through the illusion, though. You know them.
No, this ladder can hold 3 people.
You can
no, he's just looking up.
magical visibility and see ghosts which have not manifested. So do I
So
say?
yeah, you look up and then you see this this shimmering. Instead of the skylight, it's just shimmering energy that blocks you from seeing above it.
Okay, well, I'll get the info and then climb down and inform the rest. And,
Do I also see the empty space on the bookshelf? As I get up there closer to it.
After these guys come down, yeah, you can see it.
Sure. And I'll look behind the bookshelf where the books were, and I'll see if there's imprints of the dust to see if that dust is fresh or not.
Nice.
Very good. So there was a book there. Yeah, so you could tell that there was books there and
How many?
recently taken, right?
How many books? Can I see the
I'll do that.
2 books.
3 books?
Yeah.
Somebody's taking
No.
notes.
Arthur Conan Doyle section.
Oh, well, so you would be able to find the complete collection of Arthur Coyle books. Might as well take a picture of what books there are up there and see which 2 are missing.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'm sure she has a card catalog because she's a bookstore person, so she's going to know where the books are.
True.
Well, I'm thinking these are special.
Well, yeah, so she's going
Category.
to have a special section in her card
Thing
catalog.
is, might not gonna be easy.
That's why we're investigators. So I'm going to look for that.
Okay. So you find it next to her desk, she has looks like an antiquated, I guess what today would be like a apocryphy desk, but it's just for card catalog. And in it she has all the books that she has in her collection. Yeah. So you give me a. Is there an investigate skill? I don't have the character sheets.
I don't
I'm
have.
an investigator, but I don't know what skill.
Yes. There's a specialty
I
of
think it's just awareness. You have to do
We
awareness.
got education, lore, technology, awareness, charm, empathy, streetwise.
Education will work. Go ahead.
2d6, you said?
2d6 plus whatever your skill is.
Education is just knowledge of
So that's
cultures.
13.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so yeah, you see what looks to be they took a picture of the books up there, and she has them all categorized, and she you look at the Arthur Conan Doyle books, the this of Sherlock Holmes, blah blah blah, and the book is one of the books that two of the books are missing. One of them is a second edition of The Hound of the Baskervilles, and then the first one is another one is the same book but distributed by McClure and Phillips in 1902, published in 1902.
McClure and Phillips.
Yeah.
Okay, I put that into my phone as far as the book. Go online to eBay or whatever and see what that book would be worth.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Let me see. We're on England.
Or if it even exists.
It'd probably be in the condition that she has it in, probably around 508. Well, we'll call it dollars since I don't know the exchange rate.
Yeah.
So about $500-$600.
Not so much to be worth someone's life, though.
No.
It could also be inscriptions written inside the book that they might have wanted.
That might be something, yes.
Yeah.
Let me see. So Heinrich comes in and he goes, "Hey, do you want to have a talk to the lady who found her? She's a friend of hers. Her name's Linda. She's at the car. If not, I'll send her back home and we can get rid of the body." And
Definitely, yeah. One of us should talk to her.
I'll talk to her.
All right.
yeah, okay. So he leads you outside, and she's has a blanket over her shoulders. It's England. It's
Chilly.
Chilly. It's February. Still winter. Is it still winter? Yeah.
No.
And she's she has a coat, and she's shivering and sobbing a little bit. And there you go.
Do you know? I'm going to tell her that I'm sorry that her friend is dead. And do you know who she was? If she had an appointment to meet somebody today?
Yeah, we were gonna have a late dinner. That's why I went into the shop to the back door. It was open.
Was she meeting anybody at the shop about books? Selling books?
Not that I know of. Not this late. She usually likes dealing with people, business. Usually during like the latest I would say is like 5 or 6 o'clock. But she's a workaholic, so she was working, probably reading a little bit, and then she was a little late to dinner, so I decided to come and visit her and see what was holding her up. And then I found the body, and she starts crying. She wasn't moving.
While she's talking to her, I'm outside. Looking around as far as other shops and whatnot, any convenience stores nearby, gas stations, anything that would have surveillance cameras on it.
Yeah, you look around and a lot of people in this area don't seem to like cameras or something because there is none. There might be a CCTV on the corner of the main street, like probably there by the government or by the city, and it's it obviously it would record like people on the sidewalk and cars driving by.
Yeah, was it? I talked to investigator. Was it Heinrich?
Yeah,
Hendricks.
Heinrichs. I was just like, if you have any access to these cameras here that might have caught whoever it was that last entered this bookstore at this time of night.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
As far as foot traffic.
I'll make a copy of the
All right.
of the cameras and send it to you. It might take a day. So
All right.
I want to go check out the back door.
okay, check out the back door.
Enforced
And
entry.
it looks unlocked, but then give me an awareness check just to see
Okay.
if you have breaking and entering. That would be nice.
No, I was thinking about getting that, but awareness. I think I got sneaky, so that might help me. I believe.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's see, 47. +2 bonus for stealth, for hiding and moving without attracting, including. That's not it. I know there's one here that's somewhere.
So all of you have traits or at the bottom of your sheet.
Yeah.
And those things, you know, I didn't include what they did for all of them, and so I will. Usually, what the traits do is it benefits like 2 of your skills.
Okay.
So like let's say for example, reflexes helps you with initiative and something else. You know.
Yeah, like investigator helps you with any hidden object residence.
Right. So what you can do is you can look it up in the book, and they're basically they're like feats, right? So look it up under traits, and it will tell you what they are. So you can write them down or whatever. But anyway,
Stealth. Okay, sneaking around, sleight of hand, lock picking.
also
Breaking into buildings without being too obvious.
also you can use a will
Mm-hmm.
to boost your roll. That's another thing you can do with will. Is like if you so it's one die pip per point of will that you use.
Okay.
So if you miss it by 2, you can spend 2 will to bump it up to make it pass, right? And if you make the roll by 5, it's an extraordinary success. So if you rolled, if you needed an 8 and you got 13,
Mm-hmm.
then that's a extraordinary success.
All right, so I'm rolling. How many 6-sided die?
2.
2.
It's kind of like a modified traveler thing, basically.
See, yeah, I gotta move.
Okay.
Stefan's over my dice.
You can roll real dice if you like,
Yeah, I gotta go get him.
if it's easier.
How do you move these avatars?
That's why I make them just names. They get in the way.
That's true too.
Do you think there's any chance that whoever did this will come back?
Who you asking?
I'm asking the rest of the
Oh, okay.
regulars.
No, it seems that they got what they wanted. The missing books.
They'll want to. I think they will. I think whoever did this wants to see who's working on.
Or they might have gotten the wrong books. It's a possibility.
That's a stretch, but you could be right too.
Do we want to know if somebody comes back?
Yes.
What's the chances of that happening?
The best way to know your adversary is to watch the location to see who comes and goes.
I say the best way to know your adversary is go and confront them.
Well, that's if you know who they are, though.
Well, the Swan Company, obviously, has shown interest in these items that we're taking.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you could tell that somebody jimmied the lock either with a knife or possibly a screwdriver.
Okay. What is this, like a back alley or?
Yeah, just to the back of there's an alley. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, Jolene, Aaron finds that like shoved into the thing, like she didn't have enough time to make a full card for the catalog is it says just real quick next to the Hound of the Baskerville says handwritten notes and original manuscripts by Conan Doyle, including correspondence with Edward Gardner.
Oh,
Gardner, yeah.
Can I make a lore roll to see
You
if we
can,
know
actually.
who Edward Gardner is?
Yeah, easily. All you need is a 6. It's especially in anybody using lore, yeah.
I have a question because we have no items written down.
Yeah.
I have two. I have a skill of 2 in vehicles.
Right.
Would I be safely assumed that I do actually own a vehicle?
Yeah, sure.
Could I just say it's a Hummer?
Probably in England, no.
No, okay,
Big.
that's true. Yeah.
You would be able to
Or
fit
like
down
a
straight.
little Mini Cooper.
I mean, a big car in England is probably like a, I don't know,
That's a countryside car.
a Toyota Camry.
All
A
right.
big car in
All
England.
right. Obviously, I've never been to England, so but yeah.
They
All
have
right,
some
well, at
really
least-
old, narrow streets.
Yeah,
Ask
that's
Philip.
true.
That's Felipe.
You got a half a Hummer.
Yeah, they're pretty narrow. They're small. If you guys want a macro for making the dice rolls, I'm gonna put it in chat.
All right.
In Zoom?
I got dice. I got physical
Well, it
dice.
doesn't actually. Okay, never mind. Hold on. How do you do it so that it doesn't actually roll? Okay, anyway. I'm gonna put a couple of dots in front of it.
Do I know the fingerprints on the
Still
back
there?
here? Obviously.
Say it again, Sip.
Anyway, that's
Do I
all I'm
know
gonna put
they
it in.
did a fingerprint back here?
Not the dots, just slash roll. Oh, it actually did the roll.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Felipe's talking. I keep it.
All right.
You're cutting out. Go ahead, Sip, again, one time.
I think the detective, the police do a fingerprint check back here.
Yeah, he didn't find any.
I
He
would
hasn't.
think so.
No, he found fingerprints, but nothing. You know, they don't have fingerprints of multiple fingerprints, and some of them were not Pat. What is her last name? We'll just call her Pat. I don't want to call her Patsy Cline, but
Okay.
Did forensics examine the scene? Did they find anything?
no. I mean, they didn't. They just kind of, I think I said at the very beginning what they thought it would happen. Only they didn't piece together but they were, they weren't thinking it was a crime. They just saw, oh, she fell off the ladder and hurt herself. So, yeah.
I put
So
the
as
macro
you guys,
in the Zoom chat, by the way,
Oh.
for rolling the 2d6 plus type in a bonus. You just can copy and paste that into your chat every time.
Using my good old fashioned streetwise, would I know of any thugs or gangs that work this neighborhood?
sure. Give me a roll.
Whose territory? Let's see. A roll? What? Okay.
You're not from this particular neighborhood, so.
No, I understand. Let's see. Fudge. There we go. Grab.
While he's doing that, I'm out front, and I'm sure there's there's like apartments across the street.
Yeah, sure. Well, this is
Uh,
like like the bottom are all shops, and everybody there's like
Yeah, and then-
stories above there's
Yeah.
flats. Yeah.
Does there look like any windows lit up with anyone looking out down the street at us?
There's a couple people. There's a couple lights, and there's people. You can see people looking down because the cops are there and the lights are on.
Yeah.
And obviously something happened, right? You know, and it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. You know, it's usually it's like a real, like I said, it's a small, old part of England shops and stuff. So everything closes down around 8, except maybe like maybe a block or two away. There's a pub, and there's some, you know, you can hear music and people out there. But that's a good block and a half away. But this place is pretty much, you know, done for the night. You know, there's just like little curio shops and fresh shops.
Well, I
and
mean,
stuff like that.
but as I said, I'm looking up at the apartment buildings across.
Yeah,
the
you see a
street.
couple of people looking down.
All right, I wave to them and see if they make any sign that, like they wave back, or I mean, not to wave back, but I'm seeing if they, in that weird way where if they have something to say, like kind of try to wave me in.
A charm roll.
I don't have that, so I'll just roll.
So it's a straight 2d6s.
2d6s, all right.
Need an 8.
I got a 7, so.
Oh, so close. You want to spend a point of will to get that 8?
Yeah, I'll spend a point.
Okay. So you kind of like, you know, you kind of like motion down, and you kind of, you know, you get the idea across, and the person goes like this, looks around.
As if, you know, they might have something interesting to say, or.
Right. So, so you get somebody to come down, and he sees, because people are kind of curious and interested in what's going on.
Exactly. I want to be helpful citizens. They probably know this lady and stuff.
Right. So he comes down, and it's a guy. He's about 35 years old. He goes, is everything okay? It looks like, and then, the body, they wheel out the body right then and there. He goes, oh my God. And then he goes, what happened?
So far as we know, it was unfortunate yet suspicious accident. But that's as far as we know so far. Until the coroners can concede what it is, it might be time to know. Hopefully it's not a foul deed and maybe just a tragic accident. But as I said, I was going to ask, might have you or any of your neighbors might have noticed her, how do you say, taking in a patron late at night tonight?
Well, what's weird is that she's most of these shops close down, pretty early. 8 o'clock would be about the latest that anybody's open. Her shop was usually open a little bit later. She'd be up, as long as she was awake, she would spend time in her shop. And so she would be in her shop, till midnight. The light would be on. And I would huh?
Did she live there?
She lived in a flat above it. Above her own shop.
Yeah,
or above to the side, right? Because the shop, the dome goes all the way to the top of the building. So he goes, yeah, and it was weird because I just happened to look outside and she was still there, and I was just thinking, she's burning the candle late into the night again, and I saw this vehicle just come racing, just at a high rate of speed, just leave. The car was revving its engine and it left in a hurry.
Newer car, older car,
Honestly, it looked like a brand new car, like one of those very new.
Like a Lexus.
Well, they don't have a Lexus there, but it's a new small car. The new Metro 2000.
No. Well, all right. And you saw them sped away.
Yeah, it was definitely a man. I saw a man.
A man?
Yeah.
Well dressed.
Just by the hat that he wore, he had this. I wouldn't call it a bowler, but it was it was a man's hat, not a woman's hat. But these days, you never know. It could have been a woman.
True enough.
I make no judgment.
Wow. Good for yourself. And what might your name be, sir?
I'm Stan Jen.
Stan Jen. Well,
STAN. And last name DJNN.
All right, and I write it down in my little notebook. Now it's just like, thank you for coming down and just offering,
Oh no,
what you've seen.
It's terrible to hear.
Are you really writing this stuff down? Because
yeah, you have a little pad.
I'm not the actual gym person writing, because trying to, unless you're going to give us I wrote stuff and we're going to remember it.
I type it in my phone. Okay.
White grain is writing it down on the chat.
All right.
No, I mean physical gym. I mean you're writing it down like on a piece of paper so you can recall it, or you're going to rely on Saul and say, I have information, and he goes, yeah. Sure.
What I'm saying is White Grain wrote it down in the chat.
Yeah.
On the Roll20.
Oh.
The information.
All right. I shake his hand. It's like, anything else comes to mind? I call for the investigator.
Comfortable.
Investigator Heinrichs.
Yeah.
It's just like, you tell Heinrichs what you told me and stuff. And this might be useful.
Oh, thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome. It actually goes by Dunstan.
Oh, okay.
Or
Dunstan.
All right.
Gotcha. So he tells the story again, and then you walk back across the street, and he pulls out the little pad, and he goes, "Oh yeah, thank you, sir." He goes, and he gives him his detective card. If anything else comes to mind, please give me a call. He comes back and he goes, "Good work. The body's cleaned up. I'm gonna lock up the place, unless you need to look at it some more. We're gonna be."
Well, she was mentioned that she had a loft.
Yeah. Okay, so you can access that through the bookstore. There's a doorway. Open the door. A spiral staircase that goes up to her loft.
Is there a possibility that it's locked up? He just leaves us here? Because we need a little more time. I think.
Are you asking him?
You got to go. Yeah, I'm asking him.
He goes, that's. I could stay a little bit longer, but I got some other cases to take care of. Give me a charm if you want to try to, charm him to leave the keys.
I'll try it again, but I'm not spending more points.
I can ask him.
Oh, I got a 9.
There you go.
Oh, he goes,
come on, friend.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got to
We're so close.
I think you got to have a nose for finding information. So, just make sure that the place is locked up.
All right.
And please, give me, share any information you find. So he gets, he leaves you the keys. The keys, obviously, it's the woman's keys. There's all kinds of. He goes and just dropped off the keys at the, at the department.
All right.
When you're done.
All right. And I mentioned the other group. I'm like, whoever did this, obviously, is something that came to a head. They probably have been plugging her for a while to get what they wanted until she wouldn't give it to them. So maybe we'll find some correspondence in her loft.
Yeah. I want to check out the back alley.
Okay, the back alley is it's just real thin, like a very stereotypical alley. It's England, it's wet, it's moist and foggy. It's kind of dreary. There's garbage cans back there that people have you find it hard to believe that a truck would fit down there, or in England, as they say, a lorry would fit down this little street. It's about maybe 15, 16 feet wide. So only one car would come down, and it's actually a one-way. You see the one-way thing.
Okay. Real poor lighting.
Yeah,
I'll be right
poor
back.
lighting, definitely.
Any bums hanging around?
Let's just say no right now. No, there's
Okay.
no bumps. Not in this part of town.
Okay.
May I see the keys?
How far do I estimate the alley goes? I mean,
It goes all the
block?
way across the block. So the block is a good
okay.
200 feet.
All right.
Yeah. and then it goes, it runs into a street, and then it goes, and then the alley continues to the next block.
Right.
But this is all like businesses and then residential's on the opposite side. So what you see is the backside of this street,
Mhm.
and then it's the backside of the other street,
Right.
which also has the same similar setup
Yeah,
of small
just an
shops.
alleyway. Yeah.
Yeah, small shops, and kind of think like Old Town Salinas,
Right.
with those little shops and there's things on top. But let's just, in this case, there's places above it. There's one place. Where was it? Was it Romy Lane or something that had that little
Yeah.
alley shop? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mhm.
That's basically what it's like.
Okay.
Hey, Stefan, take a look at those keys. If it's all of her keys, let's take inventory of what key is for what. Take a close look. There's probably one for the shop, if she had a car, her loft. Are there any keys on her trinkets, on her keychain that we don't know?
Yeah, you find a key to like her shop, her house, a mail key, and no car keys. No, she didn't have a car that you noticed, and there's no garage. Looks like if there was a garage. No, this place wouldn't have a garage. This is more like a no. People don't have a lot of cars here, so there's no car keys. But there is keys to the door from the shop to the door that leads into the staircase.
All right.
That has a lock.
All right. Well, I have the keys, so
Yep.
I'll figure out which one that unlocks the door to the loft.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you find it no problem. Yeah.
All right.
Take a close look at the keys. Stefan, take a close look at the keys. See which ones. So, any other keys outside the mail key that we don't know?
No, you kind of find them all. I think there's a little key for like a cash box that was sitting like under inside of one of her desk drawers, and you find the key, and it's there's like $56 or 56 pounds and all kinds of change and stuff and there's a key to the cash register, and the cash register didn't have any money in it except for some coins, some change, and that's about it. All your keys are accounted for.
All right. Well, I'll let myself into the loft with whoever.
Okay. Yeah, the loft is a pretty. It looks like a studio apartment.
All right.
It looks very neat. There is an old, computer on a desk.
All right.
It looks like like the one where it was it's not a tower. It the one that you could put the monitor on top of the computer. That kind of.
Oh God, was it like a Commodore 64?
No, but it's like
instrument.
it's an old one, so it's like it's
Yeah.
running Windows 2000, that's something like that.
Alrighty.
Windows XP.
Yeah, no, those Windows 2000, Windows ME,
Millennium
Millennium Edition.
Well, where the computer is, it's her workspace. Does she have a landline phone? Since she doesn't.
Yeah, she does have a landline. Yeah.
Is there any way I could use my technology skill to figure out her phone number? Or actually, I could just call the detective.
Yeah, you could do that.
Call the detective and let him know that she does own a landline, and if she could go through her telephone records for the last few days, if not a couple of weeks,
Okay,
see if there's any repeat calls.
gotcha. Okay.
And I'll leave it at that. And then I go by to her bed, see if she by her bedside, where she keeps her lamp and whatnot and stuff. Does she keep a journal or a book of
No,
writing?
unfortunately, no journal.
All right. Then I'll try out the computer.
Okay, you turn it on. Warms up.
Yeah.
It beeps a few times, and Windows 2000. and it opens up, and she has she has Netscape on there.
All right.
Actually, she doesn't have Netscape. She would have like Chrome or Mozilla.
Yeah.
Because Netscape doesn't work anymore.
Netscape. Wow. Online America.
And Online America.
Does she still have a Net Zero account?
No. She has a Yahoo. Not Yahoo. Yeah, she has a Yahoo account.
All right.
And you just open up her Yahoo. It's not protected or anything. And there's her Yahoo account and her mail and her email.
Email. Boom.
Okay, you look at her email.
And I look at probably the last month of email. I'll just scroll down for anything repetitive or anything.
So you come across, there's a lot of like spam.
But anything with Swan in it, definitely.
Swan? Okay. There was like a couple days ago, but probably longer than that. A few weeks ago, let's say like a month ago, there was an email sent by the Swan auction galleries, and it says, "We received your payment. Your how would they put it? The auction you won is being shipped to you with whatever courier service that they say. It's been insured and requires a signature upon arrival. Please, if there's any problems," and it has the guy's email, the personal person, the person that you gotta contact, and that's it.
I looked around her desk. Does she have a printer, or an old printer or anything?
Yeah, sure. She has an old printer. Why not?
So I hit print on the email.
Okay, and as you look at the last month, within the last couple weeks, you see quite a half a dozen emails from Adam Brooks 22 at one.mail.
Was it Philip? Could you write that down? Because I can't find my pen. Adam Brooks
22.
All right.
At one.mail.
All right. I'll print that up also. And I will also use my cell phone to take pictures of the screen too.
Okay. So what you find is at the very beginning, Adam Brooks, gets in contact with her, asking her, I heard that you deal with old books. I'm looking for a book by Sir Conan Doyle, Hound of the Baskervilles, with special mention of where he got the idea of the Hound in the Hound of the Baskervilles. And then she goes, well, I have a second edition. I don't think that's the book that you want, since that has been omitted. The one you want is, she gives you gives them information. The one you want is a really expensive book due to the fact that it has this special information, added information about the Hound of the Hound, which is in the Hound of the Baskervilles, as to where, not where, but where he got the idea from, and stuff like that. And then, so he emails it back. Goes, well, there's any way you can get the book for me? I've been searching it for a couple years now, and basically it's his email. He's keeps asking about this book, and she keeps saying, well, I don't have the book, blah blah blah, and then. And he gets more and more desperate, money is not an object to me, blah, blah, blah. Please, I think you're really good at, I've heard that you're really good at finding rare books and stuff like that. And, almost to the point where he gets kind of creepy, aggressive, like, you should be able to find this book for me. You consider yourself a professional. And then
I'm printing all this stuff up as I'm going through it. And also at the same time, taking snapshots with my phone, because I'm going to, send this via my phone to investigator Oh God, Herschwitz.
So the last one it is particularly nasty because he says he goes I finally found a book at the Swans auction galleries, and somebody from England bought it from under me. And it better not be you. He goes, I need that information about the basketball page. And then he goes, if I find it, I find that you're the one that bit it from underneath me, you're going to pay.
Oh boy, smoking gun, baby. Now, when I go back to when the correspondence were more friendly, be that she didn't have a cell phone. Did he offer her his phone number at any time for her to call him?
I offered a phone number, but you don't know if it's a cell phone or not.
All right. I enter that phone number into my phone and add him to my contacts of Adam Brooks.
Okay.
All right. And also, I will relay that information.
That way it doesn't smell bad either.
The investigator.
It probably won't smell bad.
Okay.
Who's all with the?
Sure you don't want gloves?
Who else is Stefan?
I don't know. Is anybody else with him?
Whoever went up with me, I know someone was in the back alley checking the back and stuff. If not, once I get
You're
out
by yourself?
then I text everyone and let them know that I found some. Now I keep the screen up. I was like, yeah, you better come up to the loft.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
If you said something, I didn't hear you. So.
Oh yeah, I was just walking up and down, just looking, making an awareness roll, just to see if I noticed anything out of place. I don't know what that would be. I mean, maybe some breaking and entering tools, or one black glove, or
No, unfortunately not.
or blood.
No. Not you talking about the alley?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's nothing out there.
Tire tracks, wheel tracks.
Yeah, no, not really. You just see,
Okay.
yeah, just nothing catches your eye.
Okay.
Okay. So anybody else gonna do anything today? I mean, they're at the place.
I'll go ahead and roll awareness. I'll get up. As I said, I texted everyone to come up to the loft.
Okay.
But I will definitely go through the loft, see if there's anything disheveled, out of place, whatnot. I'll make a awareness check.
He texted us, then I'll go to the loft.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're all up there.
So I rolled a 12. I got.
What are you trying to do? What are you?
I'm just going through the rest of the
What'd you do
loft
with
to
the
see if there's anything out of sorts. Anything that sticks out.
No, you don't find anything really. I mean, nothing is. Everything seems. You're a very tidy person.
Yeah.
No, so you don't find anything other than those emails. And in fact, you don't like. She stopped answering them. Like he sent, like 8 emails to her, and like the first 4 she answered, and then she didn't answer the last 4.
All right. Well, naturally. So I'm assuming. So Erwin comes up. I show him the list of emails.
Okay.
And I take out my phone and I'll call that number.
Oh, the Adam Brooks number, supposedly?
Yep.
Okay, you call the number, and it rings and rings and rings and rings.
All right. I hang up.
Okay.
No voicemail.
No.
All righty then. Well, we have an idea. Adam Brooks. Did he leave an address or anything for her to, like a mailing address or anything? Just the number. All right.
Just the number.
All
Just
right.
the email and the number.
Yeah, we definitely want to check out Swan Enterprises or Swan
Auction house.
Auction House.
Yeah.
And we want to find this Adam Brooks.
Go ahead and Google Adam Brooks.
Okay, you're gonna find a bunch of names, Adam Brooks.
Yeah.
But you find
Adam Brooks, book collector. Then
okay.
the
So
author.
you find him on let's say on Facebook. He has a Facebook page, he has a Facebook thing, and you see what looks to be a guy who's like in his mid-30s, maybe a little bit older, thin. He has bags under his eyes in some of the shots, and he's talks a lot about he calls himself a book collector, into the supernatural. Really is into the Hound of the Baskervilles. Actually, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's books. Looking for a first edition of the Hound of the Baskervilles. That's, he seems a little bit obsessive about that particular edition. And other than that, you see pictures of him, selfies of him in different places in England and stuff like that. So that's about it.
Under that Facebook post, are there any likes?
Likes?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he likes,
not him. I'm saying other people.
Oh,
liking his comments.
Oh, he doesn't have a lot of friends. He's has like 10 friends, and a lot of them seem to be from college. Hey, what you been up to, Adam? Since a long time no see. Those kinds of comments on his page or thread or whatever you call it, and but he doesn't write back. So a lot of those are old. Probably older than.
So if he's looking for a book, he doesn't have very many friends or followers. It's pretty like a dummy account.
Anyway, I gotta go bathroom, so we'll take a quick break.
All right.
Let's take your time, salts, whatever you need.
So let's take a. We'll come
Don't
back
rush it.
8:05.
Okay.
10 minutes.
All right.
Don't rush it.
Take your time.
Yeah, hey, you can't rush certain things, my friend.
A lot of wiping, a lot of washing.
Very sanitary, yes.
EWW, I'm telling you.
It's okay. There's plenty of TP out. So no need to worry.
No worries.
Alrighty. So busy week there, Phil.
Yeah, just staying busy. Just practicing writing code.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's on Code Wars, and it's like problem solving. You write the code, and
Oh my goodness.
they test it.
Yeah.
And you can test it yourself if you want, and then you go back to it. It's just slow. I need to build up that skill. That's what they use to hire people in my software engineers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You a time limit and a problem.
Yep.
Word puzzle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Abstract thinking.
Yep.
My sister sort of does that, but she's not a programmer. She works for Driscoll, and they're working on this program for like over a year or whatever, and it's a mess because they have an offshore team in India, so like communicating with each other is like pain in the ass because they're different time zones, and then apparently not everybody's motivated, so they're having a lot of issues all the time as far as getting people to do their part of the deal. But I feel her pain because I'm always over there and I see her. It's like she's frustrated most of the time.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yep.
Hey guys, you're gonna have to solve this one without me because the allergy medicine is winning, and I'm falling asleep.
It's okay.
We saw that.
So you guys need to find this person. He must be looking for this Baskerville Hound thing for some reason.
Or he already has it.
Yeah.
So
Well, if something's missing, yeah, I think most likely has it. But what does he want with it?
Oh, it's got.
he just might be an obsessed collector. That's all.
Will somebody write it up for me when you're done? Because I'm going to sleep now. Because I can't keep my
I
eyes
thought you were
open.
gonna finish tonight.
Oh, I don't know. Well, you can at least tell me what happens.
It's good to see you.
See you guys soon.
Yeah, let's take
Typical cop going to sleep.
What about my beer?
Going on a donut run.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, guys. I'll be back.
Yeah, I nominate Felipe to write it up. He's not there.
I think he's recording it. You can watch the video on his channel.
That's true. I thought it was kind of funny. Those 3 skills that he asked you for, I have them all. I have ring, I have stealth, I got charm.
That's good. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I got skills, but since I'm not really too familiar with what you can use them for, it's like I got the 3 tabs open of the books. That way I can have one the table of contents and then search other pages. Especially since my Chromebook is a little on the slow side.
Yeah.
But it's just they're just more or less just generic encompassing of stuff from other games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm not too sure how familiar Saul is with it either, so you pretty much have to convince him or remind him of what you might be able to do.
Just read it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Oh. Breaking in or breaching a technological security system. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, if you got breaking in, and you got technology, it helps you out. Or you can, computer systems or automated systems.
Yeah, I thought it would be more mechanical. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I think this is one of the things that break. The thing it is, if you're trying to sneak in and stuff like that, but it also helps you. If you got technology, it helps you with that aspect. Yeah.
So that's huge. I got a stealth 3, so that gives me +5 when I'm trying to break into things.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Because I got bookworm, investigator, sneaky, stuff like that. I just gotta bone up on them and just that way I know when to use them. Because some of them, I guess some of the traits help out your skills. So
Yeah. Glamour.
Drugstore's closed. I
Ooh,
have to keep an eye. But when I'm gaming, I can't keep an eye on it. Because I usually keep him from going in the garage because I know what he does. But I've suspected all this time. This time for sure it was wet.
Your graphics card
But
in
I
your
knew
system?
he'd done it.
Felipe.
Yes, sir.
Did you get your graphics card in your system?
Yeah, it's in. No problems.
Yeah.
Although one thing that I noticed. What did I notice? Oh, I was encoding a video.
Yes.
And you would, and you know how supposedly the encoders on these NVIDIA cards are supposed to kick in, right? Well, I don't know if they did or didn't. I don't know how I could check, but I'm sure there's a way. But one thing I did notice was that the fans weren't running. Like, it wasn't working hard.
Oh.
You would think if it was encoding, if it was using the graphics card to encode, it would turn on it would, push it a little bit. Okay, at least warm it up enough to turn on the fans.
Have you seen the fans work at all?
Yeah, that's a good question, huh?
Yeah.
they're not moving now. And I'm doing the Zoom, and I'm doing the OBS streaming. You would think it would push it a little bit, but it doesn't get hot. And no, it's not hot at all. My case is open, so I mean, well, not open, but it's essentially grilled all the way around. So it's all grilled, so air gets in easily. So, and I have 2 fans in the front pushing air through. And obviously, there's the fan on the CPU cooler, but the fans on the graphics card aren't moving at all. Now, I guess I should do one of those
stress tests.
Yeah, stress tests to make it turn on the fans.
Yeah.
If they don't turn on, then there's something wrong with the fans. But it was sealed. The box was sealed.
Yeah.
It had the official seal on there. So it wasn't like it was an open box thing or anything.
You have your monitor plugged into it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know it's working.
So yeah. Yeah, the CPU I have does not have built-in video. So it's just the CPU. So yeah, it's kind of strange that it's not stressing at all. Even I was playing a game that stresses my other computer.
Well,
it doesn't stress this one at all.
Yeah, it's a big jump.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll take a look in the BIOS. See if you can see what it's running at. The temperature.
I think I do have an app that will check that, I think. Let's see. A motherboard app that I installed.
I don't know if the NVIDIA will do it. I don't think it has temperature on it.
It used to. I used to have an NVIDIA thing that used to have something like that.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I want.
I'd give that a follow-up.
Listen.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you. So where do we leave off?
We lost a player.
What?
We lost
Jolene.
Yeah, I know. She was pretty tired. So yeah, Aaron Kaminsky's gone. So
that isn't what she said.
whatever.
She's like, I quit this case.
Yes.
It's unsolvable. Storms off.
It's too complicated.
That's it.
All right, so you guys just what do you guys do right after you guys are still at the apartment? You guys basically search the place.
Yep. Any bank checking book, credit card statements, financial statements, investment statements, eBay statements?
You do find I guess you find her bid at the auction, a receipt of how much she paid. She paid $800 and what equates to $850 for a book, for that book, including notes, correspondence between Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and something Gardner, right? What's his name? Eric?
Form of payment.
What?
Does it indicate a form of payment? Was it cash or credit card?
It was eBay. There you go. It was a PayPal.
PayPal? Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Let's put it in for the investigator, Hersquirt, or whatever his name is, to
Hendricks?
Yes.
Hendricks.
Pull up her bank accounts. If she's paying through PayPal?
Yeah.
Somewhere. So we can see her past transactions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
In there. Hey, that's
Okay.
what they do. They look at stuff. Look for motive outside of hate
I
me.
see what you're saying. Yes.
It's
Okay.
running at 37 degrees Celsius.
All right.
That's nothing.
All right.
That's nothing.
I suggest we pay a visit to the Swan Auction Gallery.
It's in New York.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Yeah,
What's that?
yeah, 37 Celsius is nothing, dude.
Do you have a branch here in London?
No, they are they're only one auction house in London, in London, in New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Looks like we're taking a plane to New York, boys.
well, let's see if the investigator he can if he has more access to information where there'd be a quid pro, you might say, with Swan Auction Gallery.
They might have an agent here in London.
Yeah. I mean, this guy has to be good.
If they don't have a branch office, they might have an agent somewhere around here. I mean, they have to have people that they send out.
Or we could have the investigator go through Interpol and find out if anyone by the name of Adam Brooks has flown into any of the local airports here recently.
Adam Brooks, I'm sorry. Adam Brooks, by his Facebook page, he is English and has an extended family line.
Okay.
Back generations in England.
All right.
He makes a point to say that in a post here and there.
Oh, all right.
Give me an awareness check, you white grain, since you're checking.
Alrighty. Let's see here. 9.
9? Oh, you find that he's taking a couple pictures next to what looks to be an apartment building, and it's called Kensington Manor, which is you do a quick search online, and it's not far away from where you guys are at. Just it's a couple of neighborhoods over, and it's not a real nice neighborhood, but it's not the slums, so it's just
it's in between.
Yeah, middle class.
It's your average apartment building.
Yeah,
It's not the dodgy end.
This looks like the Kingston Manors.
All right.
We should maybe take a stroll to
Kensington.
Oh,
Kingston.
Kensington? That's close enough.
Not really.
We're at the wrong place, damn it. We're at Kingston, not Kensington.
Kingston. Kingstown.
Kensington.
No, it's Kensington.
Kensington. But that was close enough.
Not stinging.
Well, I gather everyone to my Cooper, and we take a drive down there.
20 clowns come pouring out.
That's right.
They got that new club one.
Club model?
The club that has like 4 doors and
The country?
so-
The country club?
the Countryman. Yes, it's called the Countryman.
The Countryman.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The Countryman Mini Cooper.
No. Is that a
It's
British?
it's
version
an
or
It's a
what?
Major
style.
Cooper.
Is it? Is that in Britain, in England only?
No, they have them here.
Oh, really? Okay. Never
Yeah,
heard
it's
of it.
like a slightly bigger version of a Mini Cooper. So it's not very much bigger. It's still smaller. It's still a small car.
Yeah, I want a small car, but bigger.
Exactly.
All right.
I want a place for
Yeah.
my stuff.
Yeah, I can't carry anybody in my car. Right?
I want a medium car, but smaller.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Anyway, so you go to Kensington Manor,
All right.
So it's not about midnight. So it's pretty late.
Cool.
It's still the same day, right?
Same night, yeah.
Same night, okay.
Go up to the front door. I'm going to assume there's a panel with buzzards on it with people's last names and stuff.
Just run your finger down the panel.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you do. But I'm looking.
There's one that says A. Brooks.
All right.
I think it's this here. That's what makes me agree.
Does it say the floor and the apartment number?
Yeah, it gives you a number. So
right.
It's like, yeah, just the second floor.
All right. I hit a bunch of buzzards except for his. I hit 5.
And okay, so you get all kinds of midnight. Hey, who is that? And,
Nice shark.
And somebody just ding and opens the door.
All right. I walked through.
That was easy.
Trust me, in Chicago, that would happen all the time.
Really?
Just let him
Yeah.
out.
It's the booty call. The booty
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
It's the booty call I was waiting for.
Someone's always waiting for something.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Not that it's any of my business, but how do you know that?
I need to know basis, my friend. Needs to know
Yeah,
basis.
right.
You need to know basis, Phil.
Is there a,
You don't need it.
yeah.
You gotta
Is there a security camera at the?
There's
the
a,
Pointing
Hard
down at
Knocks.
yeah, sure. There's a security camera.
Well, I was hoping it wasn't,
Well,
Well, you asked for it. You got it.
but the only place there is a security camera is this damn place right here. All right.
I have a broad brim hat, so I just lower it down a bit.
Yeah, don't you have a hood? So it don't matter.
Yeah, I do.
That's right. You got your.
That's not the point.
Creed.
That's not the point. I don't want to be pinpointed to this
interest?
time.
A man of
Yeah.
interest. Okay, so you guys easily get into the apartment. You guys get to the second floor.
Before I go in, I
Incognito.
I changed my my face to be like a
What?
somebody else, like what you call it, a
Alec Baldwin?
electrician.
Electrician in the middle of the night. So sure, why not? Okay.
Central services, sir. Central services.
Essential service.
A handsome electrician or an ugly
It
electrician?
doesn't matter. So you're in.
Alright.
You're into place, and you're.
That's
What are you guys
one.
gonna do? It's obviously pretty quiet since it's midnight.
Mm.
What are you guys gonna do?
All right, so we get to the door.
Oh, okay.
Well, we gotta find. We know his room number, right?
Right.
Yep.
You can be there, no problem.
Yep. All right.
Get out his door.
What's the plan? Hold it. What's the plan before we get to the door?
Plan?
As we're walking up or whatever, or taking the elevator or whatever.
Yeah, I'd like to hear this.
There is no plan. It's we take him.
We get him.
Because
All right.
allowed to do that?
I'll hold up before I knock this door down. If you guys have something.
well, if you got some specific questions you plan on asking him,
Well, how about you go up there since you're the
Alright.
electrician and just see if he's there. And if he's not there, then we can break into his place. I can I'll make my
Good
way.
idea.
Can anyone pick locks or anything?
I can try.
I can.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I
with
can
that.
use my sneaky.
all right.
No, I'm trained.
Are you? Okay.
Fools.
Well, we could also use the stone of truth on him if need be.
Oh. Stone of truth. Okay.
I want my knife. I got a stone of truth.
Yeah.
I'm just so you know, I'm your backup. Things go wrong. I'll leave the brains of the matter to you guys. So,
Okay, huh? You're doing pretty good so far.
all right, so pick that lock.
No, I'm gonna go knock on it. Remember?
You're gonna do the.
What?
We'll
I
just
gotta.
get in the elevator and
He
see.
can pick. I mean, any one of us could knock on it, but that he's the one guy that says he can pick locks.
Erwin has a disguise. He looks like an
Yeah.
electrician, where we are just looking like ourselves.
No, that's true. All right.
Since he's
I mean,
in space, he can go knock on the door, and if he does answer, just say, I'm just make something up. Say I'm
Yeah,
here
no, say the super called and said there's a
Midnight.
problem with your electricity, and you want
Why?
me to come and check it.
Why don't we just turn off the electricity?
because we want to
We could
see.
try that next. Yeah.
That's an idea too.
Well, and then,
Trying to eliminate possibilities here.
as the electrician can go to door and say the electricity would be up in a moment, and so it'll look all
No,
natural.
we only want to deal with him. We don't want to deal with everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you look different, so no one's going to recognize you.
That's true.
He is.
Yeah, but they'll recognize us because they'll be awake.
Yeah.
This must be a really long elevator ride.
Yeah, but also it's all going to be dark.
Yeah, you guys have been standing in the elevator for the last
It's already dark.
5 minutes.
It's midnight.
All right.
All right.
Couple minutes.
I'll
So
go
what
up to the
what's
door.
going on?
I'm
Okay,
going
you
up to
go
the
by
door.
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. and-
Well,
Elevator.
no, I'll go up. I'll go up with him, but I'll get off at the floor, but I won't go to the door in case he needs
You'll
backup.
hang out in the hallway around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, I could go down to the basement, find the fuse box, and just blow all the fuses.
Yeah, that's plan B.
Oh, jeez. All right. All right.
Okay. So you knock on the door?
Yeah.
No answer.
Knock again.
No answer. No
Okay.
noise.
I make
Do
the
the
signal.
secret
I
knock.
make the signal to these guys to agree to come on over.
Okay. The signal is given. Do they respond?
Yeah. It's a go. Let's go. Okay.
All right. So you're all
Does it-
huddled around this door.
Does anybody else open
no
the door?
answer.
Yeah.
No, nobody else is opening the door.
Do your deed, Grain.
Okay. No other tenants are opening their door to see who's knocking at midnight. No. Excellent game mastery.
Pull out
Okay.
the
I
lockpick.
call up what's his name, Stefan. Yeah, you can leave the fuse box now. Come on up. We don't think
All right.
he's in there.
All right. All right.
That might
Come
be
up.
dead.
Okay.
Just shake
All
it on the fuse box.
I'm electrocuting myself.
What day of the week is it? Maybe he's out partying.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
No. Did
Taco
you see his,
Tuesday, man.
did you see his Facebook profile with 10 friends? Yeah, he's not doing anything with anybody. All right.
Hey,
Hey.
I only got girlfriend.
No, I didn't see his profile.
That guy hasn't had a girlfriend since 2003. So let's just cut to the chase. Yeah.
So who's opening the door? Jesus, you guys are the worst.
The lockpicker.
Who's
Migraine.
that? Migraine?
Yep.
Okay, roll the bones, buddy.
12.
Oh, did you roll?
Yeah.
He rolled 12. Add your
Oh,
bonus too if you have one. Oh, you did. All right. So,
Okay. So yeah, you cleanly and easily pick the lock, even though it's a, it's a deadbolt type of thing. So yeah, you're in. The door
I'm
opens.
impressed. Nice. Well done, right?
The door opens, and you guys are come across a scene of fast food boxes and smells of old food, moldy food.
are the lights on or off?
They're off, but there is a lamp in the room that's on. So
There's a night
most of
light.
the lights
Alright.
are off. So there's one lamp in the room that's on.
Alright.
It is a one-bedroom apartment. In the living room, there's all kinds of books strewn in place. There's notebooks.
And we're not going to do like in the movies, like leave the door open. We're going to close the door.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys close the door. I got you.
In the movie, they
And-
always leave the door open. I don't know
Do they?
why, but they
I never
always
noticed
do.
that. I never noticed.
And instead of turning on any other lights, I'm just going to use the light on my cell phone as a
Okay.
flashlight.
I'm gonna keep a guard outside.
You gonna stay outside the door?
Yeah?
No, come in.
No?
No,
You sure?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yep.
You're more suspicious outside than inside.
I know. Felipe got me paranoid here. Okay.
Well, listen at the door if you want. Stand at the door
Okay.
and
Yeah.
listen.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
Look under the door crack. How's that?
I'm bent over, my ass up in the air, my deer to the thing, and everybody comes out. I'll tell you,
Well,
Smack
there's
the door
actually-
on its head.
There is a peephole
He
on
froze
the
on the
door.
cuckoo.
Oh, is there a peephole on the door?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
It is. All right.
Good question. I didn't even think of that for some reason. Oh God! Is it a reverse?
You
Is it a
froze on the
reverse?
cuckoo. You got your face.
Yeah.
He's all.
Yeah.
You were supposed to going like this.
Does this
All
guy
right.
seem like he's a hoarder of some sort?
No, not a hoarder.
Oh, not that bad.
But he has like books
Just a
everywhere. So he has, if you a quick look at his collection, if you want to call it that way. So here's a description of his room. Okay, it's a compact apartment in the cheaper fringe of the Kensington area. He isn't home. You'll find a home that is unloved and cluttered. Dirty plates and laundry vie with scattered books, scribbled notes, and maps pinned to walls. The search finds most books deal with popular folklore, peppered with many more eclectic volumes dealing with extreme views on the supernatural and witchcraft. Many books and cuttings call out to the Theosophical Society, research on which will... okay, that's all.
Should we clean his dishes and
Oh yeah, okay. So
Freak him
the Theosophical Society was very interested in has a lot of connections to Arthur Conan Doyle
That was 100 years ago.
in his investigations of fairies in Yorkshire.
Oh, that's right, because he was part of that whole fairy scheme that
debunking fairies.
Yeah.
So now that comes to mind, anybody with any kind of lore will know that what is his name? Edward Gardner?
Yeah.
Is that who it was? Edward Gardner was a like a psychic and
Psychic, huh?
like I guess I don't know what
Not
you
the
call
name
him.
medium.
Medium, yes, he was a medium.
I thought the name sounded familiar.
And he did a lot of correspondence with Conan Doyle back in the day.
Yep.
They wrote back and forth to each other.
What was his name?
Edward
Gardner.
Gardner, medium.
He was a notable spiritualist, a contemporary to Conan Doyle, who assisted him with investigations into supernatural on many occasions, engaging in extensive correspondence.
And what was the name of the society?
The Theosophical Society. I'll type it for you.
Yes, feels like okay. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Theosophical?
Philosophical, yes.
Yeah, TAGO.
You also note that there is a spot, by the dust, and there's a clean spot, a clean area on a desk, which probably was a place for a laptop, but the laptop is not there.
Alrighty. Should we just crash here for the night?
No.
Well, you
All
might want-
right.
To make sure he's alive.
Is it a one-room apartment or is there a bedroom?
It's pretty small, but there's no bedroom, but
No.
you don't find anything.
It's empty.
else.
Okay.
All right. And you said the laptop's gone. I sit on his bed and go through any notes by his bedside, or does it seem like he has a study area?
Yeah, he does have a little area that, next to a desk, all the books kind of splayed out, in a circular pattern all around it. So that's where he probably was working. And there's a space where, obviously, where a laptop was.
All right.
Anybody with education can make a challenge 8 roll.
All right. I don't have education, but I'll make a roll anyways.
You have to have education.
You have to have education to make this roll.
Oh, okay.
Or
I'm
else-
uneducated, so someone educated. I'm gonna sit here and
Erwin is educated.
Erwin, of course he is. Did you make it?
I don't know what's the role. I need it.
it was 8 or better,
Challenge level 8.
and you got
Yes, I
9.
got a
It's
9.
usually 8. 9. So you find a cross reference between author Conan Doyle and this
Edward,
Mr.
Mr. Gardner.
Edward guy. Yeah.
Oh, someone else?
And you remember coming across a article in the Belfast Telegraph website that reports that as a yet unidentified intruder accessed the city of Belfast crematorium offices and stole files from their basement archive. The missing document is related to the cremation of Francis Way, one of the infamous pair responsible for the Connolly Ferry hoax that besmirched Conan Doyle's name and reputation in the 1920s.
Francis Ray. How do you spell the last name?
Way.
W-A-Y.
All right. And he besmirched.
He's one of there's two people who had these Connolly's a location, but where they took pictures of ferries and they said they were real, and I think Arthur Conan Doyle was somehow involved in that.
Oh yeah, he was hugely involved in that.
Right, and so
to prove it that was a real thing.
Right, and then it wasn't, so it kind of ruined his reputation. Well, not ruined it, but it kind of gave him a bad name. But right into the 1920s.
Stain on his name.
Yes, there you go.
That's more like his reputation. He was like, dude. It was like, dude, he's a crackpot. I'm like, dude, really? You believe it?
Not
Okay.
back then.
Yeah, we didn't have it all.
They thought it was real stuff. Remember the pictures of the little girls with the fairies?
The wings, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. With the fairies, that's
Pretty
right.
famous, right?
Oh yeah, very famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no knowledge at all of this stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can just Google it.
Yeah.
What society did you belong to?
No, I mean me.
Oh.
The
Me
internet.
personally.
Just punch him through the. Just.
All right.
I got you, Saul. I got
You
you.
got me?
Got it.
You
All
share
right.
the screen?
No.
Oh. These are the
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
You have those pictures?
these pictures were deemed actual pictures of stuff that was happening, and people believed it. So
That
kinda
was
weird.
huge. It was huge.
Yeah, back then they couldn't refute it. I mean, couldn't Google it or anything.
Mm.
Yeah,
Or research.
it was interesting. I didn't know about it till I was much older. It's kind of
Yeah. I only found out about it a few years ago. So.
I think it's kind of funny.
What?
Yeah. Well, they even made a movie on it. I
What,
think.
what
too.
kind of
It's not on Netflix. I have no idea what it means.
what kind of fantasy enthusiasts are you guys?
Sheltered.
Well, my fantasy tends to penthouse forums, so I mean, sorry.
The rise of the supernatural, Contact the Dead, Harry Houdini, that all.
Oh yeah, that happened. That too. I remember. I did know about that, but he was very against. He kept trying to. What do you call it when he kept debunking them? Right, the Houdini.
Yeah, because he was trying to reach his mother.
To try to reach his mother. Mama.
Mhm. All right, guys. So we have multiple sources here. Let me go up.
This is all ancient history. Well, old history.
Well, the
what does that have to do with this?
Theosophical Society should still be around.
Maybe there's something in the notes that he wrote in the book. Wait.
I Googled Theosophical Society.
Yeah, they're still around. I mean,
Oh yeah, those people are still around.
yeah, they they have a website. They have meetings on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Different
all right.
chapters in different places around the world. You don't really get any kind of connection.
Where to meet and whatnot and
Yeah.
stuff like
Well,
that.
you could do that, but
But-
the meetings are like in 3 weeks from now and stuff like that. So.
All right.
Mm.
How do you become a member of that society?
Pay money. Yeah, it's like everything else.
Okay.
You gotta
Should
believe.
we-
You gotta believe.
Yeah, so I,
believe it.
obviously, I was wondering like an invitation only or stuff like that.
No,
Oh no, anybody with a
you buy their
interest.
books, you pay their membership fees. You're in.
Universal key, universal membership. When you
but-
got money.
If you're an unbeliever, woe to you.
Why don't we just take a picture of a really hot girl and make a fake Facebook account and try to friend them?
Catfishing?
Okay.
Yeah, catfishing, total
Is that what you
catfishing.
call it? Take pictures of the maps he has up on the wall.
That's a good point.
Yep. And
Okay.
Anything circled or X'd or
He has different he has like passages of the Hound of the Baskervilles.
True
What is
story,
it?
based on a true story by
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's like he's really keen in on the true
truer aspects of it,
the aspects or the exactly
where the story derived from.
Correct. He seems really interested in that aspect of the stories and or
Where does he
stuff.
think that it occurred?
It seems that's what he's trying to do. He's trying
I
to
was trying
find
to
out.
determine that. Okay.
Yes, and he's talking about what the hound actually was, stuff like that.
Oh,
Actually, the headquarters is not in England; it's in Chennai, India.
oh, jeez.
Physical Society.
Oh,
so little
well, that's a dead end right there.
not at all.
They have chapters all over the place.
Used to be part of England. Makes perfect sense.
Was it? Should we visit these locations that he has marked on the map for a better
He
idea?
doesn't have a map. He just has like different passages of.
Okay.
He has a map of England, and maybe he has some ideas of where the Hound of the Baskervilles actually took place, but there's so many different places that he circles
All right.
that it's like maybe like 20 different places.
Does he put anything like on YouTube or on any social media stuff?
Say that again.
Does he post anything on social media platforms about what he's
No,
finding out or his theories? Like
no, nothing like that.
TikTok.
The only thing he has posted is pictures of himself, and they're relatively older pictures. And then
India?
let's see. Nothing. No. They're all local.
Does he have a podcast?
No, he doesn't have a podcast.
Okay. All right.
And
Okay, so
he
he has no
doesn't. He
social
doesn't have.
media at all.
The only thing he does have is he put on Facebook his only social media page that you can find of is that he's looking for a rare book, the original first printing of.
Was his account private?
No, it was public.
Public, he only has 12 friends, huh?
10.
10. Wow. That's pretty funny.
Probably had 5 friends, and he made 5 ghost accounts so that he had 5 more friends.
Exactly.
Fuck
That's
you.
what I would do.
When you look at his Facebook page, you realize that he graduated just a few years ago, so he's actually only 25, but he looks like maybe late 30s. He's starting to bald. He has wrinkles on his eyes, and he's has these dark circles under his eyes.
Was it?
Must be a gamer.
Should we try looking up any of these friends? Are any of them local?
Some of them are in England. I mean, in London.
Yeah.
But most of them are spread out across England and Europe. Like I said, most of these people, all of his friends are basically people he had in university.
All
His
right.
friends at university.
Okay.
Search his bedroom thoroughly. I turn it. Closet, under the
okay.
bed, everywhere. I'm making a mess.
Yep. Same here. I go through his closets.
How can you tell it? This is already a mess.
I went on to
Okay, so
nosing around.
so it is kind of like a townhouse. So you have the bedroom. That's kind of weird. The bedroom's on the first floor, and the rest of the house is, and everything else is on top. So
Oh,
you
wow.
go down to his bedroom, and
weird.
you could tell that when you go down there, that it looks like you see signs of recent packing. You have when you go down there, there's drawers open. Obviously, some clothes have been thrown on the bed.
Maybe he's gone
that
already.
he hasn't worn, and you can tell that there's some clothes that that probably that there's a space in the closet that looked like had there was a space for a.
Does anybody got the sight or anything like that in our group?
Yes.
Sight.
Can you do like a magic check or whatever in this room?
I detect magic in the room. I use my sight to look for illusions and what do you call it? Abnormalities, ghostly.
Yeah. Do you have to spend a will for that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. So you look and no, there's no magical residue of any kind anywhere in this apartment.
All right.
A game question. So the point after the skill that costs a point to acquire the skill when you generate the character?
You have 17 points to make the skills, or 17 points to buy skills.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to double check because I didn't know if that was a cost or to buy a buy point.
No, maybe I don't understand.
Well, that is your skill level. Whatever points you invested in it, that's your skill level.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's to buy the skill or the trait, not to use the trait.
Right.
You have no cost to use a trait, I don't think.
No, it's just one will to use the trait, not the skill.
Well, it's only if it's something that your mind can't handle or something like that when you use the will.
Yeah, when it's magic.
Yeah, when it's magic. Anytime you especially to do with magic. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but this is an exceptional ability, a trait that he's using. It's not.
Yeah, it's some. I don't think all traits require will. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think so.
It doesn't mention anything about having to use will.
I think when you want to
Some
throw
of
a
them
spell,
Some of them say
it will say.
For spells, you do, yes.
Yeah. Okay. For spells, you do. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
All right.
Some traits say that you have to use will, but not all of them.
Correct.
So other than that, you don't find anything else. You just find.
All right.
Everything I told you is what you find.
Well, I texted an investigator that it looks like our prime suspect as of now looks like he is possibly fled and packed up his belongings and whatnot and stuff.
If I concur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, how we track him down from here, you gotta figure out where he.
Does he have a answering service on his phone, or he has no phone?
He has a phone there, but there's no answer machine on it.
He has a cell phone for that, so if he has one. Where would he have gone? If he had gone, what had he gotten? Where would he take such items? Where is the first place he would go?
He would just take them wherever he thought that he could prove that one of the locations, and also his correspondence with that guy, Edward. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edward, was it Francis?
Edward is long gone.
Wait.
Edward Gardner? Edward Gardner was
Gardner.
a contemporary of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah, that's good.
Francis Way is
Long gone.
Long gone.
Long gone.
Well, yeah.
Might have a relative.
Oh. You figure his relatives would be on his Facebook page.
Frances is a woman, by the way. She was one of the women that was in the pictures with the fairies.
Oh, I'm at a dead end here. All right.
Let's get out of the crime scene.
All right. Well, let's leave the apartment.
I'm sorry, it's not Tuesday. It is Friday. Friday night.
Oh, that changes everything.
I know it does.
Yeah. All right. Alrighty.
Before it was Tuesday. Okay.
If he had taken these items, he would take them somewhere.
There's nothing on his computer's not there.
Yeah, he took his laptop.
No.
I wonder, is there a way we can do like a search to see if he bought a plane ticket or something out of there? Not really.
Not really. I think it'd be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Unless you hack the travel agent or something.
Yeah, and probably most likely you probably wouldn't use a travel agent. And England is rather small, so most people you don't realize that here in the United States, but in England is like not that big. You know, you could drive from one side of England to the other in one day.
Yeah, but they still use travel.
Actually,
yeah.
Does Conan Doyle does he have a estate here in England?
Does he have an estate in England? I don't know.
But it's fun.
I think so.
I didn't. Well, if
Sure
you
he does.
okay.
I'll look it up real.
The Society of Edward Court, Conan Doyle. Is there a society about that? So what does he want the book? He's basically just following the path of the book, trying to figure out the mystery.
There's something he's interested in that book for some reason.
So I don't know what the book is about actually. So
The Hound of the Baskervilles?
Yeah, no, I know they have
specifically about the Hound of the Baskervilles.
yeah.
Well,
But
what
look,
I mean,
they have the location for it, more or less. Let's look it up.
all right.
Okay.
All right.
Let me look it up.
Let's look it up.
The Baskervilles.
I like Siege, where the sound is terrible.
Hound of Baskervilles.
'Cause he mentions the moors that it's located on.
I'm going to Cliff Notes version.
Oh yeah, you can look it up.
Rainbow's 1 seed, Rainbow 2 seed, Rainbow 3 seed.
I go all the emails that I printed up. Does he ever mention possible? I mean, I'm sure that if its intention was to get to the book is to meet what's your face at a haunt bookstore. But does he mention any other like possible meeting places to bring the book?
No.
All right.
No. You do notice that he is when you looking at the walls in his room and he doesn't really seem to care about the location of the hound, but he's really interested into the essence of what the hound was, or what it was. Yeah, what it was, how it manifested, what kind of creature it was, and so that's when you get these. That's why he seems like he has a lot of books about myth and legends of England.
Any werewolves?
He does have a few of those, but he kind of like you see some handwritten notes about his theories, and then like kind of like talking to himself. Could the hound be a werewolf? And he kind of says no because
they're too dumb.
No, he just says that it doesn't have any of the traits that would be typical of a werewolf.
Yeah,
right. Because the hound was definitely a hound. There was no. It seemed like a supernatural thing, but it wasn't like angry wolf type thing.
It was more like a Cerebus or
yeah,
some mystical creature.
Hellhound.
Hellhound. There you go. That's a good one.
Mm.
Are there any? Are there any?
Are there any reports of a hound in our area?
No, you can't say that there is.
Well, I'd say we should send our information to the investigator and see what he comes up with. It's being midnight now. We might get a night's rest and see what he has to say in the morning.
I think that's a really good Call of Duty.
Does the Baskerville have an estate in Devonshire?
Yeah, everybody only came on launch.
That's where the story was set, wasn't it?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we went there.
But his interest
Yeah,
wasn't.
maybe because
was-
that's where the myth of the treacherous, and I quote, treacherous Hugo Baskerville. Hugo captured and imprisoned a young country lass at his estate in Devonshire, only to fall victim to a marauding hound of hell as he pursued her along the lonesome moors late one night. Ever since, Mortimer reports, the Baskerville line has been plagued by a mysterious and supernatural black hound. So, the recent deaths of Sir Charles Baskerville rekindled the suspicions and fear. The next of kin the duo finds out has arrived in London to take up the post at Baskerville Hall. So let's go to Baskerville Hall because that's where he would go if he
All right.
looking for a link,
Okay.
finding a member, even though that may be some time ago.
Okay.
Huh? That's an excellent idea.
I don't even.
Are you guys gonna do anything about this break-in in Belfast with the crematorium?
Oh, yeah, we should definitely investigate that.
Yeah, before we leave. Well,
Yeah.
that's in Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is in Ireland.
How?
What was taken from there?
Oh,
Is
we're in
it-
York, so actually
we
Belfast
would
is closer to us than Devonshire.
Yeah.
That is true. You guys are in London.
All right.
Oh, we're in
Well,
London, not Yorkshire?
Yorkshire is above London, actually, a little
Yeah.
bit. Even southern Yorkshire. But you guys are in London, yes.
All right. Well, let's go. If we're able to get there,
Southern
let's
England.
investigate it.
Yeah. So let's go to the mortuary in the morning. Let's get out of the crime scene.
Oh, we can just
That's great.
call and ask for information
Yeah. Okay.
tomorrow morning.
All right.
All
We'll
right.
do that first. That way we don't, if there's nothing, if there's something suspicious, then we'll go. Otherwise,
What are you going to ask him?
All right.
well, first we'll find out more specific information if we can through the internet or through calling the newspaper or whatever.
All right.
Yeah, newspapers. So
So,
we'll leave it till
yeah, let's do. All right. So we all get a nightcap, and then
Get our
first
wheel
thing
back.
next morning.
Give my
Yeah.
will back?
You have to roll d6. Yeah, obviously, if you only spent one, yeah.
I only spent one.
Yeah, I only spent one. So, and then first thing,
Yeah.
like 6, 7 a.m. next morning, we all contact each other via
I
phone.
thought you spent two, Jim.
Did I spend 2?
I thought you did. One on a roll.
I did do one on a roll, but that was it.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
we
I
don't
think you were
stick to-
thinking about it on the second one.
We don't stay
Yeah.
together?
Yeah, we could stick together. I mean, that's still. I mean, I just don't know where we stay and whatnot and stuff. But
You can stay at the pub. He has a.
there you go. All right.
Yeah, we got our base there.
Okay, so the next morning, you guys get up refreshed. Definitely need some sleep. Get the cobwebs out of your head. You guys have been up for a while. So there's a couple leads that you guys can do. There is, you guys were mentioning something about the auction house and the
Crematorium.
crematorium. Yeah.
Whichever's closer.
Well, the crematorium is in Belfast, but you guys were gonna call first,
Yeah. Okay.
and the other one's in New York. So calling would probably be
Oh,
or
jeez.
trying to find a local agent or office.
Yeah.
Was something that you guys were looking for. So if you gonna call the it doesn't really matter, but if you call the crematorium, give me a charm roll, level 8, so
Ooh.
8 or higher.
I have no charm.
I
have no charm.
I missed the specifics about the whole crematorium thing. I think I walked away.
So the crematorium. I think you're the one that had the education and figured out that you figured out there's a cross reference of sort of Arthur Conan Doyle in an article last week in a Belfast Telegraph. The website reports that as a yet unidentified intruder accessed the city of Belfast crematorium offices and stole files from their basement archives, and the missing document related to the cremation of Frances Way, Nee Griffiths, which I guess Nee Griffiths would be her maiden name, one of the infamous pair responsible for the Connolly Ferry hoax that besmirched Arthur Conan Doyle's name and reputation in the 1920s.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So somebody broke in and looked at the records. Probably, I don't know. You don't know what.
And they took them, right?
They took the records. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna call the crematorium and tell them I'm from the United Kingdom Daily Herald, and
Okay.
And I'm checking in on. I'm writing a story about the missing files and Francis Way.
Okay. Go ahead. That's a good storyline. So all you need is an 8 or high. I mean, a 6 or higher on the charm.
All right.
Charm. Is charm an actual skill, Saul?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be
Good.
under a mental. Social. Duh.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the first one.
9.
Okay. So, you talk to them for a bit, and they say, they say, well, the records were taken, and, it just, these things happen every once in a while. Somebody gets
Were they physically taken or just copied?
They were taken.
Oh.
Taken off the thing. There you go. But the funny thing is that those records are just to show where we keep the cremations or the remains in our cemetery. But it wouldn't have done them very much good because shortly after the remains were cremated, the family took them and buried them in England. I believe I think in let me see if I can find out.
Dartmoor?
What's that?
Dartmouth?
Dartmoor?
Pretty close. Here is. I'll just share the screen, but it is. Oh, he goes. Oh, here it is. Yes, I believe because we gotta account for where the remains go because we're kind of responsible for it, from here on our end. So the family of Francis Way was taken by the family, and they set up a headstone at Slowmore Cemetery in the outskirts of Bradford, in England.
Slowmore?
I will put that in the
Notes.
Yeah, I'll put that in
Okay.
the notes.
This note.
In the chat.
Thank you.
Also, I'm gonna call the
What the hell's that?
Investigator Heineken?
no
Inspector Gadget.
no. Actually, I was gonna call the Swan
Auction house.
auction house in New York, and just call and say that I have first edition of The Hobbit with inscription inside simply saying thank you for your inspiration, my dear friend S.C.W. Lewis. And if I could find, they had any offices here in England where I could find anyone of interest during my hard times, see price-wise what I could get for such a find.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that person seems really intrigued. They will send you to an office. Right there in London, in a really fancy neighborhood or fancy shopping area, and you are to contact Darren Stairs.
Darren Stairs?
Yeah.
Stairs, like,
Like climb the stairs.
Or climb the stairs.
Yeah, climb the stairs.
Walking stairs. Not eyeball stairs.
You know that yeah, okay. So yeah, so and they open up, the office opens up at 9:00 in the morning.
All right.
It's 46 and 28.
Darren Stairs. Gone. To oh, come on.
No. Are you really good, bro?
Well, we look up Skolamar Cemetery and see how far it is from us.
My Katie's, bro.
Oh, we look up Skolamar Cemetery and see how far it is from us.
We'll do that first.
Okay. It's above London in what is called, I'm not sure if it's right next to Leeds.
Okay.
Its own little, basically
Yeah.
it's next to Leeds.
I know where Leeds is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about, I'm going to guess 2-3 hours away.
All right. We'll drive there.
Yeah, it's about. If you don't get any traffic.
Yeah, it's no big deal. So you get there, and after a little bit of asking around, they have an office there, and you ask for the what is it, the graveyard or the gravestone of Griffiths, and then somebody says, "Oh yeah, you're the second person this week to ask for that," and she doesn't say much of it, and she gives you a like a little piece of paper telling you, where to find it. And I will share my screen with you so you can see the actual gravestone of Francis Way in all her glory. So there's her gravestone, and she indeed has a little picture
fairies
there.
on?
Little picture of her when she was younger with the fairies. And even more interesting, let's not stop sharing since there's information on there. Even more interesting is that the actual urn is buried there, the ashes, and somebody's dug it up and opened the urn, and you could tell like somebody it literally looks like somebody grabbed a handful of the dust and took it.
Actually, Leeds is really far up. It's over by York. I thought it was closer, but
Well, we got there
it's at
nonetheless.
least a day away. So
What?
No.
I drove real fast.
No, it's not that far.
yeah, unless it's a different Leeds.
A day is 24 hours. So it's like
England is
Wow.
not that big.
crossing.
12 hours.
Okay, that's better.
Well, this is an alternate reality full of magic, so it's closer in this world, I guess.
Let me see directions.
3 hours and 28 minutes.
Yeah.
0.8 miles.
Yeah, it's England. It's
It's small.
how long can it take?
Actually, it says on me. It says fastest route with usual traffic is 2 hours and 11 minutes. It's 125 miles
Really?
Wow.
from England all the way to Leeds.
Autobahn, baby.
Yeah, okay.
well,
I guess we stopped at the sites.
2:30
sightseeing
2 hours
along
and
the
30
way.
minutes
Train.
via car.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
That's Google Maps.
Well, man.
If you trust,
Yeah.
it. Yeah, basically, somebody said that you can literally go from the top of England and to the bottom of England in one day, easy.
Yeah,
Uh,
I concur.
I think it's even smaller. Is it smaller than California?
oh yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
lengthwise?
Lengthwise, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More like the size of. Well, I'm sure it's a little bigger than Kentucky, but
Well, I think
maybe it's just
Kentucky.
yeah.
Anyway, so you see the grave, and somebody had broken into it. You probably shouldn't stick around there very long because if somebody might blame you for the break-in.
Yep.
What, does he even realize that it's been broken into?
No.
Oh, so this is really recent.
Right.
Can I use my awareness as far as being
Snip it
werewolf? Uh-huh.
out. Snip out the.
Yeah.
The
I
perpetrator?
mean, I don't know. I have my werewolf abilities as far as awareness comes.
Yeah, wolf out. Track him down.
Wolf out.
Yeah, wolf out. Yeah.
Wolf in England.
Call me Wolfie, baby.
American Werewolf in England.
Werewolves
Okay, so
in London.
go ahead and give me an awareness check.
Right.
I'm gonna raise the challenge level to 10 because it's
Yeah, it's a reach.
Yeah, a little harder.
So 2d6 plus 2.
You do it.
So I got 11.
Nice.
oh, they're very nice.
Good job.
Oh, I'm like
You passed the GM's
That's
test.
right.
Good job. So you sniff, right? And you're like smelling, and you could smell that apartment smell of stale food, stale sweat.
Pizza
Yeah.
crust.
And it reminds me of it reminds you of his apartment.
Oh.
And so he was there probably like the day before.
Mm.
There you go. Well, actually,
So
no, he wouldn't have. He was there.
We just missed him.
Yeah, he was there probably a couple hours before, actually,
Oh,
because
jeez.
Heavier than, yeah.
he got the
Dawn.
book. He got the book and blah blah blah. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, righty then. So he got
Did they
the
have any,
ashes.
Yeah, would they have any CCTV cameras here?
Oh yeah, I guess they would. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So you go back to the office, and what are you guys gonna do? Report the break-in?
Yes.
Well, someone in the office?
Oh yeah. It's a large cemetery. It's a very old cemetery. If you Google the cemetery, there's pictures of it, and it's I forget what it says, but it's a very old cemetery.
Oh yeah, like most of the tombstones date back to like the 1850s, 60s, 70s, and 80s and stuff.
Right.
It's like the Dickinson era kind of like graveyard. All right, so we go to the office.
I can't believe you don't know. Well, I guess it's a big cemetery, so should we tell them that the gravesite has been desecrated?
Yep, we should.
Okay, so as you guys are like in the office, because the ladies are helping other people, they have like the little waiting room, a little waiting area, and it has a TV, and it says, like in a news flash, and I don't know if CNN is in England, but whatever, the BBC
Special report, yeah.
special
BBC special report.
It says the National Science and Media Museum in Bradford has been broken into, and the perpetrators stole some artifacts from the early 1900s. Early 1900s?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, I guess it would be the early 1900s. The items taken, a particular import was the Midge camera, originally owned by Arthur Wright of Contingly.
The camera used to take the pictures of the fairies.
There you go. Wow. Are you reading my notes here?
No, but
Very straightforward.
He's reading your mind.
I guess so, because that's exactly what it is. So I will show you a quick picture of the Midge camera, just so you guys be happy with how
Trying to bring the fairies,
how there's the camera that was used to take the pictures of the fairies.
So it's one of those stand-up cameras.
No, it's actually a sort of a portable one.
Oh, okay.
It's a big old square one.
He uses plates.
Yes.
All right, so we need to find their residence.
It was owned by Arthur Wright of Contingly.
Contingly. And I'm typing that into my phone. Arthur Wright of Contingly.
So the newsflash, goes on there, and then boom, you guys are at the front of the desk, and the lady goes, "Oh, so how may I help you? Did you find the gravestone you're looking for?"
No, unfortunately the gravesite of here at Schumer Cemetery possessing the ashes of
And I thought you were so good at us. Yeah, you're level 6, right?
so and so Francis Way has been desecrated.
Oh, that's terrible. Who would dare to do such a thing? It's such an old. I mean,
should probably report it to the police as soon as possible.
She goes, I thank you, and I'll talk to the manager.
And I pop up the picture on Facebook of Adam Brooks, and I show it to her.
Oh yes, that's the gentleman. Oh, that might be the. You're saying that he's the one that did it? Okay, yeah. Okay, and she gets on the phone and she talks to obviously her managers, and at the same time she goes, okay, I'll call the police right away. Thank you, and she thanks you and calls the police.
All right, and also tell the police to get in contact with the investigator.
We can contact our own guy and send him the
picture. but
Heinrichs,
yes.
Heinrichs. So I just keep wanting to call him Heinrichs for some reason.
Because it is Heinrichs.
All right.
Send him the picture of Brooks.
I'm saying that we should go to the cottage where these girls lived, where they took these pictures.
Okay. Well, they weren't taking out a cottage; they were taking out on the estate in Contingly.
Contingly.
I guess that's how you would.
Yeah.
There's an idea.
Well, we should go to the scene of what he deems as the scene of the crime where these pictures were taken.
Maybe he's trying to open up a portal to the fake
fairies.
Well, if you're going,
we don't say this in front of that lady, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You guys missed my inspirational speech.
What was it?
Oh, I know. We're just going. That was it.
I didn't even notice you talking. Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't know I was muted.
No.
That's hilarious.
All right.
So, did anybody contact the? Who is it?
Was it? Oh, I'm going to contact.
Swanson is
Stairs, Mr. Stairs, with the Swan Action Gallery and stuff.
Swan Auctions. Yes.
Darren Stairs.
Yeah. Okay. So, Darren. So, what do you do? Just call him?
Yeah, I just call him.
Okay. He goes, yeah, this is Darren Stairs, Swanson Auctions.
And I'm asking him that I'm interested in her copy of Conan Doyle's Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh, okay.
Special notes in
You
it.
can hear him typing on a computer. He goes, "Oh yes, we have. Unfortunately, we just sold a first edition. What was really interesting about that is it had some notes actually written in, supposedly by, authenticated to be Arthur Conan Doyle's actual handwritten notes.
That's why he wanted it, huh?
And
Well, I did.
it says on page 11 and 13.
I do realize this, and just to let you know, I'm a descendant of one of the victims of the Hounds of the Baskerville, and I will pay a large assortment of money to get my hands on this famous copy. Would you might have information on the individual that possesses it?
Sir, I'm sorry, but such information is confidential, and there's not much.
That is the privacy.
That is a matter of company policy.
Aren't,
I wish I could help you in some way. I understand.
Well, that's all right. Can I leave my name and number?
Sure.
And if you're able to discreetly contact this individual and let him know that willing to play within 6 digits.
Wow.
And also inform them that yes, great uncle of mine was one of the victims of the Hounds of the Baskerville.
I have heard that it was based on a true story, but I didn't know it was actually.
Now it's a legend in my family, true or not, but you know.
I could see how your interest would be very, very keen on getting this very important piece of your history. Yes, I will. And he goes, well, not to try to entice you or make it more enticing, but I was able to get a because the person who bought it is here in England, and they wanted what is it? Evidence of what the book had as far as the notes. Like I said, we authenticated that it is the hand of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yep, himself.
And so he goes, and so I'll give you that. At the very least,
Does he know what the note said?
Well, I'll just show you, right? So he sends you an image,
Okay.
and in it is the notes are actually just these weird, cryptic looking sigils and things written on in the edge of the book on page 13 and 14 actually, and if you have a lore skill, you could check, but you can't have lore.
I don't have lore, but
I do.
All right, I show on my phone the pictures they sent me to Mick and Kilgrain.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me a roll, Kilgrain. Tigrain.
Oh!
What did he roll?
No, it's not it. I was trying to roll 2 of them.
No, he rolled 1d6. Well, that comes out to an 8.
No, I have rolled 2d6 right here.
All right.
No pluses, right?
Do you have lore?
Yeah.
You add your lore.
You add your lore skill.
Oh, 2.
So you get 8.
Oh, so
No cap.
With my book 5, I choked.
okay, so you got an 11. Even the 6 would have got you an 8.
Okay.
So you notice that there are necrotic sigils. How do you say that word?
Sigils?
Sigils, yes. And you look at it, and you reveal the sigils are to summon a predatory phantom dog.
Yep. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. So he's trying to call the hound.
So we got to go to the SPCA.
Yeah. Anybody looking for hounds?
All right.
Basset Hound, anybody? Basset Hound?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so yeah, that's what you
You
get.
can try to summon it where the book first mentioned the hounds, or
I don't know.
I don't know.
sounds like he is.
Or where the fairies were sighted.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be almost considered sacred ground.
yeah.
I mean,
Were the fairies just do it just to, were they just to discredit Conan Doyle, or?
Oh,
Manuscript for that too.
Well, no, these people actually took pictures of these fairies,
Yeah,
and it was made famous. And somehow I forget how he was
he
involved.
just got
But
involved with it.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, either said that they were real or
Okay.
or something along those lines. Basically,
Gave
he
him
got
credibility.
yes. And then later it was deemed that they were indeed fake, and
Right.
he was seen kind of like
Part of the scam.
yeah, part of a scam or an old man who had been taken advantage of, and so he was kind of, I don't know. However, I think they took it. It didn't look good for him.
Either way, his reputation took a
a little
hit.
bit of a hit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, to me, he's obviously trying to summon a hound for whatever reason. Someone put him up to it.
Maybe he's a descendant of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
maybe.
Maybe. Check the descendants of Sir Conan Doyle.
We'll have to go to the Who's dictionary
Yeah.
by Dr.
Okay.
Seuss.
But doesn't he have an estate that's preserving his name?
Yeah, he has an estate. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has an estate. In fact, they just recently sued somebody for using a story or one of his works for making a movie or a TV show. But that's not part of this case.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
it's here and here.
We can make it part of the case.
Yeah. We're making it part of the case, Game Master.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do? You guys are either thinking about the what? As far as I know, you guys are thinking about what is it? Well, what are you guys thinking? How's that? I'll just ask you. No, I don't understand that burp.
No. I was trying to get an image of one of those pictures. So
Okay.
So you say he's going with the remains and
Well,
then the
anybody
book?
with a little bit of lore and any lore would know that certain locations in England are places where are really close to the Fey world, right? They're like, it could be a doorway, it could be an alleyway, as long as you recite or do something that will make you go literally step into the Fey world. So you know that there are these nodes. People call them nodes.
Okay.
People call them gates.
So like feng shui points? Or...
Yeah, kind of like that, but sprinkled throughout England, where the veil between the mundane and the Fey world are weak, and you can easily enter from one to the other. Usually,
might it be possessed by a Fey?
Fays don't usually possess people. That's
okay.
What they are like traditionally. If you've read the Dresden Files, right?
Yeah.
So you know how
the fairy world.
They probably could possess you, but that's not their way. That's not their way, right? They rather like make bargains with you and work and and sneak in what is not bargained with into the bargain, right? If you give them a loophole, they will definitely take advantage of that loophole. So they're very sneaky in that way.
I'm thinking more they like to deceive you to doing something for them.
Yeah, because everything doing it otherwise would be too easy.
Yeah.
And probably against their nature, or it might be against their unwritten laws or written laws or whatever. But they do like making deals with humans and getting, and showing off the human that, you
Yeah.
don't ever make make a deal with the devil because the devil's gonna,
Yeah. Well, they also themselves get caught up in those loopholes, like with Rumpelstiltskin.
They can exactly.
Yeah, where it's like they'll take the firstborn and get what they want, but in the end, when you find out their true identity and stuff, you can turn all that magic against them.
Right.
I'm saying that we should go. I mean, at least my thinking is going to where these pictures were taken.
Right, because he took the camera, so he wants to go for some reason.
I mean,
he might think
symbolic
it's,
to them.
That helps break the barrier.
Well, I mean, it was like, I don't know, to him or whatnot, he thinks these pictures are real or fake, even though they were proven fake. Maybe in his mind, they're real. You have to go where the fairies were. And somehow they were attracted to this camera for some.
What was it called? Cantonley Manor or Cantonley something?
Yeah.
Where he was living?
Well, where they took the pictures. The girls took the pictures.
Cottonley. It was the Cottonley Estates. Cotton. I'll write down.
Instantly explodes.
All right. I go to Google Maps and look up Cottonley Estates.
It's probably a bit of a tourist attraction.
Yeah, but
it might be. It's a little old, so I mean, most people probably don't even know.
Remember?
But if I'm sure if you go late enough at night, I mean, let's just go check it out.
Okay, so you look up Cottonley Estates, and out pops up on your thing on your Google homepage, different locations. Obviously, the Connolly home was near that estate. It's been sold and different places.
Well, that's here is that here in near Leeds?
Yes. So what you find is a famous picture online, and that is a famous arch built probably a long time ago, and this is near where the girls took the pictures of the fairies with the fairies. Right.
Let's go there.
Okay.
So I get in my Cooper, put my cell phone on.
So this
mantle.
It's called Cottonley Beck. Is a 20-minute drive from Bradford, so 20-minute drive from the cemetery.
All right. Wow, nice.
Convenient.
Okay, so you get there, and it's like a real country road. Even today, there's not a lot of houses out there.
There's hedgerows and whatnot and stuff.
Yeah. So when you get there, you see off, near that bridge, just right off the road, you see a Metro 2020, a Metro 2020, the Metro 2000 2020, with a little car that you saw speeding by on the CCTV.
Oh, okay.
You see, that's what you see, and the keys are still in it. It's turned off, but the keys are in it. And
take the keys.
Okay, take the keys.
All right. And I
open the trunk.
Well,
open the trunk, and you can see that there's a suitcase in there. It's unlocked. You open up the suitcase. It looks like somebody hurriedly just grabbed some clothes and put them on, and there's dirty clothes in there.
All right. Well, I extend some claws and slash the tires.
Okay.
Wow. What? We have the keys.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't want it. Well, not true. But I like doing it, so.
I'm a werewolf. I can do it.
That's right.
So violent.
I need to do one werewolf thing.
All right. Management issues.
Let me have this moment.
Do it.
Okay.
All right.
So
Don't deny him his glory, right, Green? Do not deny his glory.
Mhm.
The keys too.
So what are you guys gonna do from here?
Good. Do an awareness check to see.
Can I use awareness to track from here?
There you go.
Sure, give it a try.
Wolfie.
All right.
Wolfie.
Are you gonna turn into a wolf?
Smell his clothes so you can get a scent.
Well, I got a 9, but if I can turn into a wolf, then that helps.
Yeah, you get a. I'll give you a +2 if you turn into
Wolf
a
out.
wolf.
All right, so 7, 9. That'll be 11 then.
Okay, cool.
Same thing.
So yeah, so he turns into a wolf, a big wolf. It's not like like a little guy. He's a not quite dire wolf, but pretty damn big. About the size of a Irish wolfhound, right?
Yeah. So like a big 200 plus pound dog. All right.
Bull mastiff type thing.
All right.
Oh man, that's huge.
So and definitely a wolf. Has that big old thick mane and hackles in the back of his leg. So he starts sniffing around, and you can definitely smell him, and it just looks like he just went into the bushes, and there might be a small trail there somewhat, but it's definitely something that maybe a deer trail, I guess an animal trail more than a per person trail.
All right. Well,
and it goes down by the river, and it keeps going. At least that's the scent trail keeps going along the river.
All right. Well, I follow it, and I assume everyone's following behind me.
Yep.
Okay. I guess you're all following behind him.
Can you follow like alongside him?
Sure.
No follow behind him.
Sort of parallel.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. At some points you can. Once you get back, once you get down to the creek, you can definitely get next to him. But like to get down there, there's too much vegetation and brush. But once you get down there, yeah, and then give me Felipe. You have sight?
No, I do not. Grain does.
Oh, Grain, you have sight. So give me an awareness check.
An awareness check? Okay.
Yeah.
9.
Good job. So up ahead, the wolf is tracking, and he kind of goes in away from the creek a little bit, and all of a sudden you see what is obviously a protective barrier, a ward of some kind, and then you can hear chanting from that direction.
Oh, chanting.
Yeah.
You
think it's probably Latin of some sort? Oh, yeah. What are you doing?
Just that. I signal to them, and I keep my voice down. I crouch down. I go, "Hey, I hear chanting ahead over here," and I point.
Yeah. After he points it out, you can hear the chanting too, but you do not see the ward, and the ward is like a 20-foot tall a wall of energy, and you can tell that it's kind of like it's warded to deter intruders.
Right. Is it like a group chant, or is it one person chanting? Can we tell?
Just one person, just one.
Okay, just one. So it's not super loud.
Yeah.
Can we walk around it? It's like
it's a complete circle.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you could try to walk around it, but he says, he'll tell you that it's all the way around.
Yeah.
All right.
It's about the 20 diameter. It's about 30 feet diameter.
So what I'm trying to do is, now that I'm in wolf form, I look like the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, any way where I can spot him, or he can make eye contact with me, and possibly see me as a sign.
I see what you're saying. So there's a one point where you can get to, there's a point where you can, because you don't see the barrier, but when I get close to it, well, your grain tells you kind of where the limits are.
All right.
And so you stay, and so you get to the point where you can see him, and he actually looks up to you. He stops his chanting. You can see that he has books and notes in front of him. Like he's sitting in a lotus position kind of, and he has these books around him. And he looks at you, and he seems kind of shocked, and he stops talking or stops chanting, and he's like looking at you very.
Oh, I let the froth and drool just pour from my mouth as my eyes grow red as they stare.
Okay, so what are the rest of you guys doing?
Does our magic user here or ex-source of what it is, mentorless magician, you have anything to counter the wards or something that can?
Felipe?
I may. Let me take a look here. I can do a ward against evil. Oh yeah, there's let's see, where's there? Ward as weapons. Let's see, disabling a ward. Okay. Is disabling a ward is an opposed lore test with the ward's creator. Failure to disable a ward triggers it, doing d6 plus 4 damage to the would-be saboteur.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
Silence.
I will roll 2 dice.
I'll go ahead and go stealth. I'll use stealth, and
I'm going to use my artifact to help him out. Hold on. Because maybe that's not can't be that. Let me see.
Go ahead, roll for the spec.
Does that cost me anything?
Oh, I will.
It doesn't say so.
It costs you 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks
On
like
the
we're
play.
tied.
You don't get a plus for that?
It's with my plus.
It just says 1
4 plus 1.
It's
4
5?
plus 1 plus 2 is 7.
Yeah, which one is it?
What? 7.
Oh, so yeah, he only rolled a 5.
Oh,
Oh,
doesn't
you-
he get a plus?
No, he doesn't have any lore.
Oh, then
Uh-huh.
I'm able to disable
So the
my-
ward goes down, right? He may or may not notice, but right now he's looking at the wolf. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Now I'm just
Nice.
pacing back and forwards, just staring at him.
okay. So the rest of you, what are
He
you doing?
would probably know because you don't get you don't get the will back until it's used up, till the ward is used up.
Okay.
Well, it also depends. There's a ward for as a guardian, and then there's a ward as an alarm.
This was a guardian one.
Oh, he might also think I'm the one who extinguished the war too.
Oh, that might be that too. Okay, so he doesn't. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. So what do you guys? While the wolf is staring down this guy, what are you guys doing? The rest of you.
I go stealth. I
Okay,
sneak
you're sneaking forward.
in the shadows. Yep.
Yeah, me too. I use stealth and sneak.
Okay.
Okay, guardian ward will alert the creator.
Okay. So he realized that the ward is down, but he may not know why it's
Why?
down.
Okay.
So give me a sneak roll, both of you, who's sneaking in.
Stealth?
Stealth, sorry.
Sneak helps.
Yeah.
Sneaky helps the stealth, I think.
Yes, it does. It gives you +2.
Okay,
No.
so-
I don't realize the ward has gone down.
Right.
Can I make an awareness check to see them?
Crossing the line that
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, you don't even have to. You could see that all of a sudden that they kind of look at you and then they start moving forward. And the point that I forget what's your character's name, Felipe?
Erwin?
Erwin.
Erwin told you kind of gave you idea where it
All right.
was. They're past that point, so obviously the ward is down.
Then I charge him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. +3.
Okay. So at this point, you roll initiative, and you roll what is it? Let me look at the
8.
characters.
It's your awareness, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Add your awareness to
2d6.
2d6.
All right.
Go online on Steam.
So my
13.
oh wow. Well,
You obviously
I got 13 also because I got +2 bonus.
No, you're not. Not from me.
I don't think he's gonna get that, so he's gonna beat that.
Two d6 plus what? Initiative awareness.
Plus your awareness.
An 8.
Looks like you all go first,
All right.
starting with Temlik.
Temik? Okay, see, he didn't see me, right?
Nope.
Okay, go grab him.
Okay. So you go to grab him, and off the side you see this charging wolf coming
Oh,
toward you. So do you want to stop and not grab him, or grab him and
No, I'm gonna grab you because I'm counting on my mates to intercede. Unless
you're gonna do what?
I'm gonna grab
The guy?
grab the guy. Yeah.
Okay. So you grab him. He's really small,
Yeah.
and when you grab him,
Oh.
like you think he's like, because he's kind of tall, but he's really thin, right? And when you grab him, it's like almost like, he's like like the 100-pound weakling guy, right? Super
Yeah.
thin. You can easily just grab him and manhandle him. He's all no. He goes, I gotta lift the curse. And that's all he screams. You see this happen, Stefan.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
I rush upon him as he's struggling to the ground, and I latch my maws upon his throat and squeeze, but not to kill him, not to do any harm.
Okay.
Did you see the dog rushing at us?
No, that's the wolf. That's the wolf. The dog never materialized. Yeah.
All right. And when I growl, you can feel it through his body.
Okay.
Like,
That's good.
or he's that close to death.
Okay. So the rest of you, you get there. Obviously, he's not going to move once the wolf has his mouth on his neck.
So while this was happening, I was creating a ward as a weapon.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you have to roll
I
for that to
failed.
happen?
I failed.
Okay.
Anyway.
No problem.
You explode.
So as this happens, you see all this is happening. Igraine and Erwin, the Timric and Stefan are all obviously focusing on Adam. I believe his name is Adam. Was it Adam Brooks? Yeah. And seemingly just like all of a sudden, like behind a tree, a lady comes out and she's dressed in very wispy clothes. She's very pretty. She has a little bit of a long ears, and she says, this is the person making the disturbance. And then she's looking at the guy you guys have, or Adam, Adam Brooks, and she goes, oh, and look who's here also. And she looks at all of you. She says,
You are true regulars.
I see that we have maybe some allies in the mortal world. And she comes and she brushes your back of your head, Stefan, and wolf form.
Yeah.
And it feels very calming. And so your mouth kind of relaxes and it opens, and then the guy, almost uncontrollably, you can't, you don't, you start.
I lose form.
Yeah, no, you don't lose form. You're still in wolf form, but the idea of choking, not choking, but
intimidating him furthermore,
or killing him at all, just
Yeah.
goes out of your mind, and you just kind of your mouth just opens up and relaxes, and you kind of just fall back into like
All right.
a lazy,
All right.
like rubbing your belly type of maneuver. But not that way, but just
I just slink back and lower my head and keep my head
right. And then
my eyes on him, but I just slink away a couple feet.
And he goes, you put a curse on my family. That's where I was gonna release the hound to hunt you down and kill you. And then she just laughs. She's like, oh, Mr. Brooks. Goes, you have the wrong realm. This is not the court that you're looking for. That is a different one. And he goes, you mundanes, you have no idea what you're messing with, or or how dangerous we can be when angered. And so, and then she looks at him and she like grabs his head and with like unbelievable strength, she just kind of forces his neck to twist and she's like examining his skull and she goes, "Oh yeah, I see."
I'm still holding on to him.
Yeah. But she's like, she's not breaking his neck. She's just moving him real easy, right?
Oh, like she's just looking at him.
Yeah. And then he's like
the Predator was doing to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Exactly. And so you could tell that he is like trying to keep his neck stiff, but he can't even. You can't. She's just like going like this to his head.
I'll let him go.
Yeah. Oh, you let him go. Okay.
Yeah.
She goes, "Yes, you can let him go." And then he goes, "You're all the same." He goes, "No, we are not all the same." He goes, "But that Fey noble that cursed you or your family, it was due to a very egregious error on your great grandfather's part. But let it be known that we are not without, pity for some of you. I will talk to that noble, and if the current people here," and she looks at all of you, "would wish to bargain for the release of this poor man's curse, and we will consider ourselves, our debt to you paid for the service of being an ally in this situation." So she looks at you, all of you, intently. So you know that you have something on them, right? You help them because releasing a hound, the people with a little bit of what is it?
Lore.
Lore, right? A little bit of lore would know that this hound that would have been released is like a devil hound, right? It won't stop until it kills whoever you tell it to kill, and it's almost unkillable. So it would have been, and then it's from the Fey world, so it would have gone into the Fey land and like wreaked havoc over there, right? So you guys did do him a great favor because he would have done that if he would have finished his chanting, and he would have unleashed this monster, and they would have had to deal with it. So so they don't like being in debt, but so they're trained. So she wants to trade this guy's lifting of the curse. She says she can talk to the other guy or the other noble, Fey noble, that put it on him, to basically consider you guys even. That's a
I strafe her like a cat.
Okay.
As my answer would be yes.
Okay. Well, the wolf says yes.
That's
and you all have to agree.
It seems that the favor has already been done to your kind.
I'm repaying the favor, the debt.
Yeah.
We owe you the debt of not unleashing this terrible Baskerville hound, as this person calls it.
Oh, I see. And in return, you will. Okay,
yes.
I see.
Why couldn't you stop
that
him
sounds
yourself?
agreeable to me. I just do not. I thought maybe you were going to ask for additional terms.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
What? This guy's a murderer, and you want to help him get his curse?
Oh, hold on. Oh, that's right. He did murder somebody.
I
goes, "I didn't murder her. I accidentally startled her when I walked into the thing, and she."
I still manslaughter.
He just put
that. That's for the courts to decide, or the magistrate.
No, our job is to prevent stuff like this from happening. We tell the detective what happened. It's up to him to decide how to cover it up on his end.
Or how to pursue it, you mean?
You called us in. We investigated it. This is what happened to her. She was collateral damage from supernatural stuff, and you deal with it how you want to. We're not here to be moralistic judges. We're here to prevent and stop.
Well, are we moralistic enough to lift the curse off this man's family?
And you can tell, like I said, now that you look at him, remember I told you he's like only 25.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like. Now that you look at him, he looks like he's 40. He's like, he's really sallow. His skin. He's not jaundiced, but
it's sort of like he's suffered enough.
that sickly look to him, and
I think
he's
you
really
suffered enough.
Oh, your perception of old age people is really bad. I mean,
not
40.
old age.
Oh,
You just no, but
getting old and 40. He's dead almost.
he is 40. That's
Walking
old.
Dead.
Oh, 40 is old, ain't it?
Oh, I mean, if
Come on, 50-year-old guy, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I'm a supple looking just 50 guy.
Okay.
Full of life and color.
Well-rounded 50-year-old.
Those headphones on your head there.
he's chubby and bald with the.
Yeah.
You're okay. Your character immediately dies, Jim.
All right. No, that was not on you, sir.
She pinches your head. You
Yeah. Like a grape.
That's all right.
Like a grape. So okay, so the wolf already said yes.
I say yes.
I concur.
Okay.
He will.
Erwin?
Yes, he will receive the justice he deserves in
Mortal
the
Realms,
mortal.
yeah.
Well, I'll ask him, what do you think?
Who are you asking?
What's his name? The guy who's trying to rebound.
Adam Brooks?
Yeah, Brooks. I go, you two deserve this mercy from both them and particularly us? Because it seems like it's up to us to decide your fate.
He just seems he's it looks like he's been burning the candles at both sides. He's all I just want to get rid of this curse, not even for me, but for the rest of my family.
Okay.
And then he just
that's your goal then. So it'll happen this way then. Okay.
And then there's White Grain. She still has to say yes. White Grain.
Well, I don't trust you, but you helped me survive in the past. Albeit at the ceiling, I find out more about your world, though never enough.
Right.
That is not a yes, I believe, White Grain.
Well, I am trying to find out who I am.
Yeah.
And maybe help me with that in trade for the yes. Or at least they
Well, I shall consider it, White Grain, that your particular predicament. But at times, even us Fae, our hands are tied due to previous bonds that are put upon us, especially by another Fae. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not the truth power broker, so.
No,
Well,
They can only do what the boss lets them do.
it might be that this whoever is your father or mother probably didn't want people to divulge who they were or what you were, right? You know what I mean? So that, you might be known to them, but they might not know who your sire is, but they might be bonded to not say. And that's basically what she's saying.
And I revert back to human form.
But there might be a way.
When you
I guess.
No, you have. We'll just take care of that. You have clothes on, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't. I gotta read that.
It's called shape changer, so maybe it does
incorporate clothes.
it's magic.
It's magic. So she says, but I will consider how I can help you. How's that?
That's in future junction.
You will consider how you will help me.
Yeah.
I will work a way to try to help you. How's that?
Deal.
Okay. So it's a yes.
Yeah, there might come a time I need a favor. That maybe that time will never come, but I will call upon you.
So it's a yes?
You just declare an oath. Okay.
Yes. Yes. There it is. Okay. So thank you.
As a shape changer, your clothing and belongings do not change with you.
Oh, he's naked.
Yeah, it's well. I'm well hung, so I'm fine with it. At the first or last time this is gonna happen.
You're an animal, and you're hairy. You're so hairy down there.
You gotta impress the ladies somehow.
Jeez.
All right.
How can you tell me in that jungle, man?
All right. Well, I grab Adam Brooks jacket
so she
off. I
literally-
pull his jacket off of him.
So she's
Privates.
okay. Yeah, you tied her around your waist.
Yeah. And I just look at her and I go,
There's
And
still
what-
in the suitcase up there.
So as you're pulling the jacket off of him, she says, "Done," and she literally like turns away from you, and she disappears.
Bye.
God damn it.
What?
Settle down, Stefan.
I was going to ask
You don't want to get a rise out of him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna ask for a date or something?
Working out again.
No, I was
Were
going
you
to.
impressed?
Oh, come on. Let me finish this. I was going to ask her what happened to my kid.
Oh,
Okay, what?
My.
kid.
I'm the lone,
He's the lone
Yeah, I
wolf.
think,
my members have
I
been
think she's
murdered.
already dealing with wide range stuff, so your stuff would have been like, you know,
She saw the dog and she's like, I'm done and left.
yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah, you didn't get to her in time. You were busy being humble,
Yeah.
Modest.
modest. That is the word,
Yeah.
modest. All right.
No, the word is flaccid.
So, shortly thereafter she disappears. You figure about maybe 5 minutes. You look at
Photographer show up.
No.
Start taking pictures.
No. You look at Brooks, and Brooks' color, his face
Coming
starts to
back.
have more color. His eyes, the bags that was under his eyes stop. They disappear, and he starts feeling out even like
He doesn't look like
gains
40
like
anymore.
20 pounds.
Yeah.
Well,
He's not 30.
no, he still looks older, but he doesn't look frail and weak. He looked like like maybe I hate to use the word, but like somebody going through chemo. That's kind of how he looked.
All right.
Weak or very thin.
Yeah.
He had hair, but
Obviously stressed.
yes,
All right. Well, I lift him off the ground. I
yeah.
pat him on his back, and I was like, well, you still have your day in court, prove your innocence or your guilt, but you got your health back.
Are the remains of
The woman?
are the ashes still intact?
Oh
or-
yeah. So what you see he has like on a flat rock in front of him, like a big, not a boulder, but a big river pebble.
Yeah.
The flat ones.
No.
He had smeared it with blood and ashes, and had wrote and on different pebbles around them. He had put sigils on the rocks with that mixture, and those are the sigils that you saw
Right.
in
On
the
the-
notes of the book.
And we try to scoop
Oh,
up some
and
of
he has
that
the- and he
stuff
ha-
and put it back in.
It's all bloody.
Probably you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No. You
It's
do find a
gone.
book. You find the book, that first edition book, and you find the notes and the letters between Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Edward, whatever his name was, Gardner. Edward Gardner, and they talk, and the whole deal was that the notes or the letters are talking about what the hound was and how it was summoned, like if it was in real life, actual instructions. And so he wrote those notes in the book, and but those notes and actually that book, that first edition, has notes about the essence and the structure of what the hound was and stuff like that. And then on top, in that there was only like a paragraph or two on page 13 to 14, and in that area was where he put the sigils for this enchantment to bring the hound to life or to this realm.
Well, we mustn't let that fall into other people's hands.
Well, it's evidence now.
No.
On the evidence locker.
No.
Well, that's up to you guys. That's
No.
the end of the book. I mean, of the adventure.
Good
Yeah.
adventure. I had a good time with this. I really,
Kudos, Jamie did a pretty good job.
Well, I mean, it was. I didn't know how
investigative
the whole,
role.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how the whole werewolf thing would work in this adventure.
Yeah, I sort of figured. To me, it seemed obvious that he was going to try to summon. Once he got the book and all that stuff, it's like,
But
he's going to try to summon something to creature the hound.
yeah,
but
but it ended up being a perfect situation where I could pretend to be the hound of
That was good because
Baskervilles.
That was a good idea.
they said if you guys took too long to get to him, that he would actually summon the hound, and you would have to kill the hound, which would be really tough.
Yeah.
And then it only had like you would have like 4 or 5 rounds to kill it, and then it would go into the Fey
realm and cause havoc.
And the Fae would be pissed off at us.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you,
No.
but definitely Brooks.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun investigating. Because there was a number of times where I just felt like we ran into dead ends, but we somehow figured our way out of them and stuff. I mean,
No, you're good. Yeah. It was a good adventure.
So, yeah, it was really for a one shot. Yeah, it was a really good adventure. So
You guys did good.
all right.
I thought it was gonna take longer, but
Well, yeah, I wasn't sure. You guys were taking a long time at the very beginning, but
Yeah.
that's why I thought it was gonna take longer because we were taking this. I mean, at that
But
point, obviously, we were asking a lot of
Well,
questions.
yeah, but it started moving, and once it started moving, you guys,
Yeah.
it went pretty quick.
That's what it is.
All
Once
right.
you gotta start getting the clues.
Yeah, that's the way it should go, right?
Yeah.
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 Most detective stories is getting the clues and then
Yeah.
da-da-dun, da-da-dun, unmask the.
Detective themed gaming is hard because
It's
I'm like,
rough.
oh my god, he said.
Well, I mean, for me, it's really hard because I have no visuals to work with.
I'm not a detective.
And that always kind of makes it rough. But I mean,
you are.
This worked. I mean, this worked really well. Was it? So who's the next DM?
I
Maybe
think
forget.
Mike's out for another week,
All right.
so
That's
For another
I mean,
week?
is
Oh, I thought this was the second one that he was out.
Because he was all.
he's out. He's out to the 18th. He said, "Is it? It's not the 18th."
What I
Today's the
thought.
15th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be able to finish this game next Friday.
And then it comes back to me, right?
Well, I was just filling in because
Right, because we weren't
Yeah.
ready.
yeah, because 2 people passed. I didn't feel like 3 people passing, and
Right.
I really want to run this game to check it out, so I could talk about it on the podcast. And,
Hey, yeah, Philip, and too, I was really bummed out. I missed your last game in Traveler because I really liked the character that I had.
Traveler.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
a while back.
that was a
Yeah.
while ago.
yeah.
Were you-
I know he was going to play another game, but I was like, I missed. Yeah,
Bill,
I
were
missed the
you
last game.
planning on continuing that?
I could. I was.
I like that game. I mean,
Yeah,
so
not a big fan of Traveler.
yeah. I mean, it
Never
worked
had
for
to.
me. So I mean,
That's why I didn't play it. I go, okay.
You haven't had the real traveler.
The real Traveler.
mm,
Been
Well,
like-
but I mean, I honestly, as I've gotten older and more experienced with role playing games, a lot of it, the rules, the rules don't usually matter too much now. It depends on the game, and that,
well,
a lot depends on the
role playing, the structure, and whatnot. and stuff. Yeah.
As far as the adventure part, it depends on the
Yeah.
game.
So
So, so I don't know. I guess Mike is going to run again. I don't know.
Well, you just got to finish this game. That's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
He said one
It's just
one
a
session.
big old battle.
Oh, that's right, on the pyramid.
Yep.
So,
We see how to get out of that situation we got ourselves into.
yeah, just in case he's not available next week, let's have somebody else set up.
Well, I could run another adventure because I got like
Are they one shots?
6 adventures. Yeah,
Oh wow.
of this game.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
wouldn't mind
wow!
playing this
No,
game.
that. I mean, if it comes to that, I'll be totally up for that.
Yeah.
As I
Yeah.
said, I had a good time tonight, and
They're pre-written, right? The
Yeah.
series? Okay.
There's
well, I love all the historical facts about it, and the fact that I kind of knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's part of the thing at the beginning. You have to. I mean, even in real life, I have no idea what the significance of those books
Right.
were.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
yeah.
But, I mean, I didn't know the story. I didn't know the fairies and all that stuff. It's like, okay.
The only reason I know about the Hound of the Baskervilles is because when I was a kid, there was like one of those kid book versions of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
The little paperback, but really huge print and stuff. And it was it wasn't the real book.
The
it was a
abridged
real-
version. Yeah,
right.
it's a short
Super
version.
abridged. Yeah.
Was
and it
it-
was really neat.
Did you guys watch the old black and white movie?
And there was an old black and white movie with
Oh yeah, well it's
You
funny.
guys were
I
actually
mean,
watching it on TV,
Yeah.
and I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't
What? A little bit?
watch it.
How can you
Yeah.
just watch a little bit?
Hey,
Basil
I was more into
Rathbone,
sports.
buddy.
Yeah, Basil Rathbone.
Oh,
is he what position did he play in the soccer team?
well,
Start forward.
it's so weird. I mean, in sixth grade, Mr. Becker, my sixth grade teacher, was a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes. So as a class project, we had to like do a report on the Hound of the Baskerville.
Oh wow.
And he just
Gotta
happened
summon
to
the hounds.
Yeah, he had a VHS tape of it, so we got to watch it in class, and then we had to do a report on it and stuff like that. So that was kind of my introduction to like Sherlock Holmes and all that stuff. So
Yeah. Well, they sent me a bunch of PDFs. The company who publishes this book.
yeah, I saw they have a whole bunch.
Yeah, they have all kinds,
Really?
and some of them are really small. You know, like this one is 11 pages. It's like $1 to buy it. You know, some of them are pay what you want. You know, kind of thing on Drive Through RPG. So, and in the book, the rules, it's like I think the page of rules, or it might be 2 pages of the actual rules. The rest is just like, you know, all the different traits and stuff and what you can do and stuff. So I thought the rules were like super light. But not like, you know.
well, I like the loosey goosey in that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean,
That's
I
pretty
mean, I like figure out. I was just like, well, I'm werewolf. I have awareness. You know, instead of just investigation, it's like, can I use smell? Can I use my other senses
Right.
and stuff? It gives you a lot of leeway as far as that
Yeah,
goes.
exactly. So this one is called The Repairer of Reputations.
Mm.
So when I so they've been just sending me PDFs of their books. So I'm like, well, I want to do something back for them. I want to run the game and then run the and then we could talk about it on our podcast and
Yeah,
stuff. So
for sure. I mean,
coming up.
Well, having read quite a few Sherlock Holmes books and seen many Sherlock Holmes movies, I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad
Because of
you were a little,
the whole
biased there
historical part.
Yeah,
intertwined.
I really like that part.
I knew about Sherlock Holmes, not Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Arthur Conan Doyle being involved with the fairy stuff, but I had forgotten exactly what side he was on.
oh no, he was totally on. He was just like he was like one of their number one supporters. Like,
Hook, line, and sinker. They got him.
But that's what made them so popular. Once he put his name into the mix, that shot those two girls into superstardom. I mean, Sir Conan, Doyle, the famous writer of Sherlock Holmes, says, "Oh, this is for real." Then people ate it like candy, and it wasn't until like years later when the girls became like 40 something, and they eventually Alec Gelp was just like, yeah, we just.
Oh, I just read a Wikipedia thing, and they didn't fess up until like the 70s or 80s.
Yeah. And I mean, it's mind blowing that, little kids with the camera can do this. Like fucking, I mean,
her father was a photographer, so.
Oh, that's
with his own darkroom and the whole thing. So he had taught her everything about photography.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Still, that the
I mean, it was a fun ride, though. I mean, if you believed it or not, it was just. I mean, back in that day, it was a little bit mischievous, but I mean, people enjoyed it and had fun with it, But
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys liked it. I thought it was a good one because it, like I said, it makes a little bit of real world stuff, events and stuff like that. And I know Felipe liked, has always liked Sherlock Holmes and stuff, and I knew he read stories. Cool. All right.
How did you feel about your knowledge of the game? I mean, because
I'm always thinking that it's easy to read the rules and then run it. But I of course forgot some stuff and exactly how things were. Like,
That always happens, no matter how.
do you spend will every time you
Yeah.
use one of your special, like they call them traits or whatever? But I don't think you do. I think it actually tells you when.
Right. There's quite a few of them that don't. It's just an automatic trait.
Right. That you can just call whenever you want if the situation fits. So I think that's just a way of giving you better chances of succeeding. And the way the game. I don't know if you guys read the rules, but the way it's written, it says it really is just like a rules light.
Yeah, it is. There's not very many rules.
Oh. And the actual mechanic, like I said, if you read the rules part, like the rules, it's literally like 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah.
The rest is like, oh, how does this work? Like your trait. It describes the trait and what you can do for it. And all the traits, most traits, all they do is they give you +2 to 2 skills. That's what most of them do.
Yeah, they accentuate the skill.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys made characters. How hard was that?
That was easy. It's hard deciding how to spend the points because you go, oh, I want this, I want that. Ah, no, then but you're also trying to mini maximize it. Go, oh, if I got this skill, I definitely got to get this trait to improve it.
I cheated. So, I used one of the pre-gens and I moved the points around and changed the trait.
I thought about doing that. I was going, I'll take this character, but just move,
But it's so easy to make a character. It's like
yeah.
And there's like 2 attributes.
It just depends on your concept of your characters, how you pick your, because you can't. Like you said, there's not a lot of gunplay, so you really don't have to worry about being like the monster hunters.
I mean, it's funny because when I picked this character, I really liked him, but I was also worried. I was like, he's very immediately heavy character. And I was like, I don't think we're going to get much of, but he had enough where he had 2 in tech and he had a high enough awareness where I could make that work. So it ended up turning out really good. I mean,
you guys all did good.
Yep, good game.
All right, guys. So we'll contact with Mike and see if he's going to run or whatever.
All right, then.
All right.
Guys, have a good night. Have a good night.
Wait. So just further down the road, after Saul, it's Jim. So the Saul Mike combo, Jim is up next. Just on the.
All right. So that's going to be Step? I'm going to have to work with you on your character for